Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunk. The final injury report of the week for the Titans and the Texans is not out yet, but what we do know is that Ryan Tannehill is going to be questionable for Sunday. So will he start, will he play, or will it be Malik Willis? I know one player that is out coming up on Sunday. I think pretty much the Tennessee Titans have broken the Indianapolis Colts because they just announced that defensive end Kwity Paye, linebacker Grant Stewart, as well as quarterback Matt Ryan are all out against the Commanders. Fantasy football-wise, wide receiver Michael Thomas and Jarvis Landry is going to be out for the Saints as they take on the Raiders, and the LA Rams have announced that they will be activating Von Jefferson for that game against the 49ers. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL at Scoreboard. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. I got my guy Ron Slade right here.
I'm in the building. Hey, Rocket Top. Got no roof. No, it does not.
It is a beautiful day out there, man.
Yes, it is. The weather is beautiful, man. This is ideal football weather.
It's ideal weather to hit the Scoreboard Bar and Grill.
That's right. That's what we are.
Music Valley Drive. We are inside, but they have lots of outside patio space for you.
True.
And you can do all kinds of things here and hang out and drink bushwhackers or beer or vodka or whatever you want to drink. They have TVs everywhere, so it's a perfect place to watch games. You got the World Series coming up tonight. So I know a lot of y'all are going to high school football games or whatever. You can roll in here after.
That's
little
right.
Nightcap. Watch the end of the game one, Astros-Phillies.
Oh, it starts tonight, huh?
It starts tonight. And then tons of college football tomorrow, the NFL on Sunday, so this is the place to be. Lots going on here. We've got a lot of giveaways, Slay Dog.
What are we giving away today, Earl?
So
just what are we giving away today?
So at Scoreboard during October, they have the Low Country Boil going on Saturdays.
Uh-huh.
And this is $70 worth of value right here. We've got a pair of tickets to the Low Country Boil for tomorrow, each hour.
Wow.
So, quick math, $210.
Lot.
Total.
A lot.
So, the Low Country Boil is noon to 5, so you can come do that, watch football. I mean, that's a perfect Saturday, right?
Yep.
We also have a reserve table for 4 plus a $100 gift card to Scoreboard for this Sunday Fun Day event for Spazoween. That's coming up on
Spazoween,
yes.
Spaz out for Halloween?
Yeah, if you want to. If that makes you feel good, do it. 4 to 7 p.m. on Sunday. So we have a reserve table for 4 plus a $100 gift card to Scoreboard.
Okay.
And then we also have 3 pairs of Tennessee-Kentucky tickets to give away today.
Oh, they better line up.
1 each hour.
Tickets hard to find, too, man.
So get your name in the box. There are multiple boxes, actually.
Sure is. 3 different boxes to choose from.
Why do people laugh when we say that? Get your name in the box.
I think a lot of them know. Watch what you watched. Saturday Night Live. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's what's going on here. Also, Allan Bell's going to be here at 4:20, and we're going to get winners for you.
Let's get it.
I've already bet a lot of games. I usually don't bet this.
So I was about to bet last night.
You haven't bet anything?
I stopped. No, I bet on the NFL game last night. Won, partially hit.
Yes. You talked me into it, remember?
Yep.
It was a house divided on 3HL yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Between the brothers and sisters. Mm-hmm. And so Slay was going Ravens money line. Don was going Buccaneers. And I was in the middle trying to figure out which way I was going to go. Guess who I rode with?
Who you ride with?
My dog.
Got to ride with your boy, man. That's all. I'm telling you. I ain't going to let you down, yo.
And when I first tuned in, I was like, oh, yeah, Thursday Night Football. Let me see what's going on. 10-3 at halftime. I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
What's going on? And then literally like 5 minutes later, I saw on Twitter that Tampa Bay, somebody posted Tampa Bay decided not to play defense. Take it out. And so I look, and it was 17-10, just like that. And so then I started watching Herbie and Al Michaels and them.
See, the thing is, I bet the over, too. You know, I had to parlay it. So it was looking so bleak at first. I was like, man, come on, man. Somebody got to get hot and start scoring. And lo and behold, my guy Tom Brady didn't let me down, man. When they could have hit the under, he says, you know what? On 4th down, we're going for it. And we're getting in the end zone. They got in the end zone, and he saved the over for me. So both guys worked for me.
By the way, Tom Brady looks like crap. He's not playing well. So the last time that Tom Brady, what was the stat? The last time that he's been we talked about this yesterday. The last time he was 2 games under 500. Think about that.
Crazy.
24-year NFL career. The last time he was 2 games under 500 was 1998 at Michigan.
Dude, that's wild.
That's the last time Tennessee won a national title. Just think about that. That's the last time this dude was 2 games under 500.
Dude, serious.
What in the world?
Different.
And so, anyway, Tom Brady said after the game, I don't think you can erase what happened in the last 8 weeks, end quote. And I was like, well, either he's retiring or that marriage is completely done based on that quote.
Yeah.
So what did we find out today?
It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Tom Brady and Giselle are officially filing for divorce, ending their 13-year marriage. And he looks awful, man. I mean, he does. And look, I mean.
The game does, too.
They're both, like, loaded down rich. You know what I mean? So, like, they're going to be okay once they get through this. They'll be, they'll move on and be fine. But, like, going through the process of that and trying to figure out, like, when you have that much money, real estate, all that stuff, and you've got to figure out who gets what and what percentage of this and then, change accounts and all those things, like, that's got to be just awful.
And then, the piercing, the stake in the heart is the kids involved. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they got a family. It'd be different if they just were married.
Like little kids, too, right?
Yeah, man. Like, that's going to be tough. Well, all the traveling that they do, it's got to be difficult to try to get in the same space at the same time. And now with them being separate, they really can't be in the same place at the same time.
Well, that's the other thing. It's not like, that this is a couple that lives in Smyrna and they're just going to stay there and move down the street or whatever. Like,
this all over the country where they live. Like, Giselle could be anywhere. Yeah, man, that's tough, man. But I think it's showing in this play. That's why I said.
Do you think he'll now play better now that he's broken free from, the wondering what was going to happen thing?
No, I think he'll be engulfed in his work, though. But that's too difficult to climb out of. He got to hang. It's over. It's over.
Do you think the career's over?
Playing career over, man. It's over.
This is what Tom Brady released today on his Twitter feed. In recent days, my wife and I finalized our divorce from one another after 13 years of marriage. We arrived at this decision amicably and with gratitude for the time that we spent together. We're blessed with beautiful and wonderful children who will continue to be the center of our world in every way. We will continue to work together as parents to always ensure they receive the love and attention they deserve. We arrived at this decision to end our marriage after much consideration. Doing so is, of course, painful and difficult, like it is for many people who go. I'm glad he threw that in there because so many people go through this, right? Like, so they totally can identify with what's going on here. But like it is for many people who go through this same thing every day around the world. However, we wish only the best for each other as we pursue whatever new chapters in our lives that are yet to be written. And we kindly ask for privacy and respect as we navigate what is to come in the days and weeks ahead. Thank you. With the prayer emoji, Tom Brady. TB12.
TB12 will be on TV soon.
See, I meant to not ask you before the show because I wanted to ask you on the air what you thought about competitive athlete, like going through the process of what may or may not be, and then you get the finality of what it is, even though it's not good.
Yeah.
Do you actually pour yourself more into your work?
I think so.
Because he looked awful last night.
He did, man. He did. And it's showing, like, and then you got injuries taking place, man. Like, I think you do pour yourself more so in your work, and you start to depend on your teammates as family. But I think in his case, his age that he is, like, it's such a huge gap between him and the rookie on the team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it'll be different if you had your offensive line that you came in with the league with. It'll be totally different. Like, man, this man watched 2 generations almost go throughout the league. You know what I'm saying? So he's still standing. Like, what is the conversation in the locker room? You gonna ask the 28-year-old to come understand what's going on? Like, who you gonna go have a beer with? Like, it's different, man. That's why you gotta have a tight circle. And I don't know who his circle is. I'm sure he got one, but his family was a circle. You know what I'm saying? And outside of that, it was football.
He's kind of a to himself kind of guy,
so
right?
who you lean on? You know what I'm saying? So it's difficult, man. I hang it up, man. Just get on in the TV. You got a big old bankroll waiting on them right there. They have a good time doing that. Start a new life.
Live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill on Music Valley Drive near Opryland Hotel. Again, your chance to win Tennessee, Kentucky tickets. We're doing that 3 times today. The first giveaway, get your name in the box, as we said, and then the first giveaway will be at 3:45, 3:50, somewhere in there.
Right.
Then we'll do it an hour later, and then an hour later. So you'll have chances to win. Marc Mariani coming up next, the former Titan All-Pro, Blood in the Water pick. He's on a run now.
Yes, he is.
And we'll talk Titans-Texans with him. Josh Ward from Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal in Knoxville will join us at 3:45 to talk about Tennessee and Kentucky. Allan Bell, sportsline.com. He's got winners for you at 4:20. And then beyond that, we'll break down Titans and Texans in detail. One bit of news coming out within the last hour and a half. Titans quarterback Ryan Tannehill listed as questionable for Sunday. How concerned are you? The Titans are up to a 3-point favorite, though. Went from 2.5 to 3.
Better hurry him jump on it.
Because it's going to go down.
Yep.
Malik Willis, read option.
Baby Hunt.
I tried to show you guys Wednesday night what it would look like.
Hunt plays Madden, the Titans game, the opponent coming up. He plays it every Wednesday at 9 o'clock. Malik Willis in that game had 117 yards rushing. Can you imagine?
Every bit of a video game right there, baby.
I love it. World Series begins tonight. There's tons to get into. Preds with a huge win last night.
Finally, baby.
They needed it. They had lost 5 in a row, and boy, they got on one last night, 6-2. Yossi with a goal and 2 assists. That was a good performance. Duchesne and Forsberg, 3 assists apiece. The Titans injury report is out. We'll hit you with that when we come back, and then welcome Marc Mariani into the show. Again, we're at Scoreboard Bar and Grill until 6 o'clock. Come by and see us. 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Get on up there this weekend and get that next new vehicle. Maybe you're looking for something with a little more room. Maybe you're looking for something with a little less car payment. I get it. Maybe you're looking for something a little more reliable. You've got car repair bills that are killing you every month. No matter what your situation is, Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram can help you out. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram, 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee, about 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. And it's going to be a beautiful drive. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, and you can get it done easily with my friends at Gupton. I've known these guys for a long, long time. I bought multiple vehicles from them, and they are great people, and they are here for you. So go ask your questions, take your test drive, go inside. They will help make the numbers work, and it'll be that easy. GuptonMotors.com is the website. All the dealership information is there. All of the inventory is there as well. If you're looking for a Jeep, they got tons of Jeeps on the lot, man. Go check them out. I just bought one, and I absolutely love it. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Now is the perfect time to download FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook, because right now new customers get a no-sweat first bet up to $1,000. Free bets back if your first bet does not win. Just sign up with promo code DAWN, DAWN. Get ready for a little Sunday action between the Titans and Texans. By the way, Titans favored by 2.5 now. Just go Titans. You know what's going to happen. All on an app that's safe, secure, super easy to use. Sign up today with promo code DAWN for your no-sweat first bet. That is promo code DAWN. Make every moment more this season with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. You got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. Refund issued is non-withdrawable. Free bets expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Three HL 1045, the Zone Friday edition, Trash Talk Friday.
Time to get it.
You think so?
Yep. Trying to talk your trash. I was going to the grocery store this morning, and I didn't go in Kroger. I just sat in the Publix parking lot till they open.
Did you go back behind Publix, like where the dumpsters are? Did you see any little kitty cats back there making some noises?
Nah, there was probably. I did hear some over there by the Kroger parking lot. I actually saw some at the light. They were abiding by the rules. They were waiting on the crosswalk to get over there to the Kroger parking lot. Looks like home for them.
I really think if I were Kentucky, that I would put this game in the hands of Will Levis.
Yeah,
and try to push the ball down the field and exploit Tennessee's defense because they're going to have to score and they're going to have to score touchdowns. And last year's game plan, that ain't going to work this year, man.
No, I don't believe so.
Because Tennessee is much better and Kentucky's not as good. So use your strength against Tennessee's weakness.
Yeah.
Now, the offensive line's got to hold up. And Will Levis, it's funny because he's been sacked a lot and he's been hit a lot, but against the blitz, his numbers are actually better than non-blitz situations. So he does have the ability to hit those chunk plays. I just don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to go Chris Rodriguez and try to shorten the game, and they've been talking about that this week. So I don't think that's a good idea because that puts you in fourth down situations, I think.
And I love Rodriguez. I think his game is suited for a game if you were going to be in a 3 yards in a cloud of dust type game. But you're going up against a team at home. You're at their place, and they average 50 points a game. I mean, even if you can cut it in half, man, which I don't believe you can, hold them to 35 or 40. That means you still got to be putting up some points. Like
here's another big problem.
Just don't do that
for Kentucky.
What?
Defensively, they're not going to be able to get after Hendon Hooker. I don't believe. They've had 9 sacks.
That's the biggest thing.
And their schedule is not good.
That's the biggest thing.
And so I think Hendon Hooker's going to have a day against Kentucky.
Yep.
So, ultimately, I sit here on Friday of the LSU game, and I started thinking, it goes beyond, like, wide receiver versus corner matchups and things like that. It goes more to can you score 30?
I agree. And then the reason I believe that they will not have that opportunity to do it is because, to me, their strength is in their linebackers. And your linebackers can't be on the field, man, when you got them trying to have to – you put a guy in motion, he got to go guard a slot guy, and that slot guy's hide? Come on, man. Like, then you got to put the safety right there with him. Like, it's just too much.
Jalen Hyatt has 9 touchdowns in the last 3 games.
What makes you think it's stopping you?
It's not. He's going to have a huge day.
That's what I'm just saying.
And so now with Cedric Tillman back out there, and you got Squirrel White, and you got and you got Brew, and you've got Jalen Hyatt, and you've got Ramel Keaton. All of those dudes have at least one 100-yard game. Every one of them, all 5 of them. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Reliability.
So, I mean, just when you look at it that way, now can Kentucky score 30? Yeah, but they got to go. They got to go at it with the game plan I'm talking about, and that's through the air. And then and let the run game piece be the complementary piece.
Yep. I think you're hitting it right on.
If they go the other way, like if they go run based, you're going to be behind, and then you're gonna have to unload the pass game at that point, and then yeah, I mean, Will Levis is going to have a big day, I think.
Yeah, and then it'll be different if Tennessee's defensive front was questionable against the run. Like, I can understand that. I'd be like, oh, man, I'm going to take advantage of them. We're going to pound it down the throat. But this ain't it. Like, this front four get after it. And then you see how Banks and them play. Hey, man, this ain't that. Especially on Rocky Top. Man, it's going to be buzzing, man. I'm telling you, it's feeding them. It is feeding them. I can't wait to get a ball.
Let's go to we're going to get Marc Mariani in here real quick, and we'll talk Titans, Texans with him and get the blood in the water pick. But let's get Jason in Nashville in here first. Jason, what's up, man?
Hey, man, thanks for taking my call, man.
Yes,
I know going back on what y'all was talking about Brady, man, look, man, my heart goes out for that whole situation, man. Like, I read that what he quoted and, notifying that, they had been together 13 years. And, we don't always know all the details of everything. We just know what we're allowed to know or what they released. So it could be more to it than that. But, man, I just pray that if it is in God's will, man, that they'll be able to get back together and reconcile that thing for their family because, of course, that was a sacrifice for his wife all those years standing beside him. And it was both ways, you know what I'm saying? In a story like that, you want to see them have their success and then ride off into the sunset type of thing. You know, see it fall apart at the end. So I just feel like we're in a world where it promotes divorce, man. And if anybody can pray for that family, man, I would want somebody to pray for mine. So I guess that's where my heart's at on it. Y'all have a blessed day.
Yep,
too,
beautiful.
Man.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I don't think anybody wants to see separation, especially
No,
if it's not. Especially if it's not a toxic situation, and I don't believe that to be a toxic situation. You know what I mean? It looks like they had something beautiful on the surface. You know what I mean? Like you said, we don't know what's going on behind closed doors, what promises were made, but it is what it is in that state, man.
At the Retail 1045, you want to hit us on Twitter. Tennessee, Kentucky coming up tomorrow. The games that we will be picking here, that's another reason for you to come down to Scoreboard. You can pick games against me and Slay.
Yeah.
And neither me nor Slay have won yet, so you have a chance to win. For sure. So we're picking these straight up. So Kentucky at Tennessee, Ohio State at Penn State, Ole Miss at Texas A&M. That's an interesting one. Florida at Georgia, easy. Packers at Bills. Bengals at Browns, and Titans at Texans. All that on the sheet. So come down. You could win. If you beat us, you could win.
It's going to be difficult to beat me, though, Yoram. I'm going to be real.
You've got it this week?
Yep.
Well, if you do happen to manage to beat Slay and or me, $250 worth of Scoreboard stuff. So
nice.
That's what's going on. Marc Mariani joins us every Friday, former Titan All-Pro. And he does two things. He talks about the Titans, and he talks about a blood in the water pick, which is a straight-up underdog winner. And, Mark, I believe you had some success again last week, if I'm not mistaken. Hunt,
Hey.
Is that true? Oh.
Hey, let's go.
It's true.
Go, baby.
Mark, the New York Giants didn't need the points.
Hey, it's blood in the water, not blood in the water. Every time we throw one in, it's a loss, boys. Okay, if you don't have that mentality when you throw it into the whatever app you're working on, then you got to go home, bro. When I push enter, when I push log in and place that bet, dude, I think it's Lock City, bro. Now, history says that it's not always Lock City, okay? But got to have that confidence going in, baby. Got to have it. So, but we're 5-3 on the year with blood in the water. We're going to go 6-3 this week. You know what time it is.
Let's go get them. I know what time it is.
Go
Burn
already?
it, baby.
5-3 with, I think, 3 straight wins, right?
Yeah.
I think you're right, man. We've just been hot. We just steal money all day long, dude. That's what we do here. That's how we live. In these streets. Every Friday afternoon, you get rich quick over here.
Marc Mariani with us at Marc Mariani 80. So, Mark, the head coach says that Ryan Tannehill is listed as questionable. Will be listed as questionable for Sunday. How concerned does that make you about the Titans going down to Houston to take on the Texans?
Oh, dude, I don't think that I truthfully, high ankle, low ankle, whatever it is, I don't think Tannehill's playing this week, to be honest with you, man. I really don't. I don't see it happening. He hasn't practiced all week from reports. He has not been out there. And this injury is not just something that goes away. It's not something that it's going to heal in the next 48 hours, man. And so while this is, a big, it's a divisional game, got to go take care of business in Houston, I think we're going to see a lot of Malik Willis this weekend, honestly, man. I just don't see it. And I don't know if that's a pessimist in me or a realist in me. I'm not making it like it's a bad thing, but, I don't think a guy limping around out there is going to help us. And so I think Coach Braves is playing the old Bill Belichick flute here and just telling us what we want to hear all week in the media and hiding this and disguising it. But I don't see Tannehill going, man. And unless he gets that good Toradol or something last minute. But, it's also an injury that you can make worse, too. Mm-hmm. So I think Malik Willis is going to get the ball this week, and we'll see what that brings with it.
Yeah, Torrey Carter and Rashad Weaver listed as out. Jeffrey Simmons, Ryan Tannehill listed as questionable. Neither Tannehill nor Simmons practiced today. So that is the update there.
Here's the deal. I don't like this matchup for the Houston Texans. So I like the boys this week because the Houston Texans cannot stop the run. This is one of those games, man. It's you look yourself and you look at Houston Texans in the mirror in the eyes and say, listen, man, we are going to run the ball down your throat for 60 minutes, and that's what it's going to be. This is going to be a Ben Jones and his four brothers up front type of game because, honestly, if you look at it from a different perspective, that's all we can do against. I mean, that's all we can do right now. Malik hasn't been proven throwing the ball. I think we're going to see a lot of run, whether it's with Malik or, hopefully not Tanny. But I just think we run the ball. They can't stop it. And I personally am shocked. If you guys want to talk a little betting, I'm shocked that this game, this over-under, is still 40.5 points. I just looked right before I came on because I am going to hammer the under. I'm going to hammer it. And hey, all respect to the Houston Texans because I actually really like Davis Mills' game. I really like watching him play. He steps back with confidence, man, and he slings that thing, and he does not have a lot of help around him. And Dameon Pierce is a baller, dude. I think he's averaging almost 5 yards a carry this year and almost 85 yards a game. So they have some weapons, but here's the thing. Our run defense, even if Big Jeff is, 50% of Big Jeff or 80% or whatever, when we know they want to run the ball, that's when our Titans defense is at its best. We've been tackling like maniacs. We got freaking our boy, who I will continue to shout out. We got David Long Jr. back there absolutely filling up the stat sheet. Gets a pick every week, it seems like. And so when Dameon Pierce and the Houston Texans offense comes on the field, they're running into the teeth of our defense. They're running at our strength. So I think this is a bad matchup for the Texans. I think the boys got to put their heads down and just go get this W on the road because we all know what's looming next weekend. But, big divisional game in Houston, not an easy place to play. But I just, respect your opponent, but go just take care of business. Go smack them in the mouth. We were up 3 touchdowns or 4 touchdowns on these boys the last game of last time we played them, and that's what we got to do again. Just put them out of their misery early. Let's move on, but it's going to be a nasty physical game, and boy, oh boy, am I going to hammer that under on Sunday.
You better believe it, Mark.
I just did it while you were talking.
Yeah.
I just hammered it under while you were talking.
I
Still
don't know
at 40.5.
Vegas already knows or has a hunch for them. It might already be baked in, but if they came out and said Malik Willis is starting at quarterback, I gotta see that line move a little bit off that 40.5, dude. I mean, listen, we didn't score an offensive touchdown last week, and our boy runs for 125, and Tanny was in the game. It's like I see a very similar game playing out this week where both teams want to run the ball. And, I think that clock's just going to tick, and that under is going to be tasteful on Sunday at noon.
Let me ask you this, Mark. If you, when the injuries started to take place last game, Tannehill, I was on board with sending him out this week. Also, another guy I was on board with, and you tell me your thoughts. If Big Jeff was just 75%, what would be your call on this? Knowing the competitor you are, you got know the competitor he is, knowing you got to protect him from himself, knowing what's down the line. Like you said, these injuries can get worse. What would be your thoughts on that if you were the coach? Put your coaching hat on.
Yeah, that's a good question. And my thought is this: you always got to protect a guy from himself because we always want to be out there no matter what. So you got to evaluate that. But in regards to Big Jeff, I don't know what degree this injury is. Obviously, no one, they don't give us any information. But a guy like that, you could put on a legit pitch count. You can say, hey, you're going to be in this package or that package, or you only going to play 20 to 30 snaps when we need you, or this or that, or if we get up a little bit, we're gonna try to pull you off a little, whatever. You can really kind of manage that situation. But when you're talking about starting quarterback with a high ankle sprain, that's a little bit different story. I mean, that's every play. And again, that's an injury that can get worse. You could go out there and roll it worse, or hinder his recovery. The fact that he hasn't been out there this week makes me a little nervous, man. That's a starting quarterback. You got to get reps. You got to be around. And obviously we only get a small snippet of practice, but I'm just feeling like Malik is the guy this week. It's not a bad week for it. I'm not saying that this is a a giveaway game or a we're going to go in there and beat these guys just because. But I do think that what the Houston Texans defense brings to the table, which is the worst rushing defense in the league, I do think that this bodes well for us and even Malik getting in there and running some called quarterback runs. They're going to see 30 carries by Derrick Henry. They're going to see carries by Hilliard and, anybody in the back, Haskins maybe even. But I also think if Malik is getting that rock, there's going to be some called runs just like Justin Fields did for the Bears this last weekend on Monday Night Football. So I think it's a little bit of the situation in the scenario, but also the fact that this is the worst rush defense in the league. And so I think what we want to do on offense bodes well for having us giving us a little break and saying we're not going to put Tanny out there and we're going to do that, and we're just going to literally again, respect your opponents, but we're going to run the ball down your throat, guys, and you're not going to be able to stop it.
Respect your opponent's butt.
And once again, this is in my head. Here's the visual: you get your old beat up briefcase out and you slam it on your desk and you throw all your stuff in that you need for the business trip, and you walk in the door and you slam it and you open it, and then you open a can of what, and then you close it and you go home and you forget you're even playing the Houston Texans. You just do what you do. You use the culture and you use the identity of your football team to go get this gritty, nasty win, and you let that clock tick so all us underbettors can take our money and double down on the night game.
Yeah.
That's all we want to do.
That's it.
And so that clock's just going to tick away, and that's just the type of game this is, man. And Houston's in rebuilding mode, and it's just, we gotta treat them like the little brother that they need to be, and just go get this thing over and go get a big win, big divisional win, and keep us in the first place in the South.
By the way, the Texans' run defense, you're talking a lot about that. They've held one opponent to fewer than 136 yards rushing.
Darn.
And that was the Chargers, and Austin Eckler had 13 carries for 60 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. So
let's go, King.
Yep, it's a King Henry game.
I'm telling you, it's combined with the fact that I think they're rebuilding and the roster's, tough. It is just a bad matchup for what we like to do and our kind of our handcuff to do. Honestly, our offense looks just pretty brutal against the Colts, but we get it done. We keep it at 2 scores the whole game. But that's what we want to do. We want to run the ball down your throat, and they can't stop it. And it's just, I feel like it's going to be that type of game. And plus, if you think about it from Vrabel's perspective, if we can do that and just keep running the ball, keep that clock going, guess what? It gets us out of there with a big fat win, and it gets our guys off the field. We want to chew up the clock and have long drives, get our guys off the field, win by 19-10 again is what I think it's going to be. So win a nasty little, a black and blue, ugly game, and get out of there and let the clock run and get my guys back so we can get back in the cold tub. And I think that's the mentality you got to have this week.
All right, real quick, we got the blood in the water pick, Mark, and there are a lot of good choices for you. I don't know if you're going Kentucky plus the 12 money line. What are you looking at this week?
Hey, let's go! Let's go! Hey,
Yeah. Come on.
Help us? You know what's going to help us be the kings of the South? Is cracking open a nice, cold Heineken. Yeah! A Taylor Heineke, baby! The Washington Commanders, bro, against the Indianapolis Colts, Tailspin and Sam Ellingers, dude. Here's what we got this week. We got freaking Taylor Heineke spinning the rock back there, and a welcome to the NFL from the boys up front on the Washington D-line. And guess what? It's freaking Jonathan Allen. It's Daron Payne. It's Montez Sweat. They're gonna knock this guy back to Texas. And here's what we got. I just talked to our boy Heineke on the phone. I said, "Hey, bro, how's it going?" He said, "Oh, that was really nice of them to give us those 2.5 points against the Indianapolis Colts. Do you want us to beat them?" Washington Commanders money line. They're a savage football team. They got stud receivers, and they're going to put the Indianapolis Colts out of their misery. And the king of the South, the Tennessee Titans, are going to continue to march on, baby. That's what we got Sunday. Book it. Steal your money. We don't want the 2.5, baby.
Keep them 2.5, baby. Load it up.
And I'm going to double down with this. The Commanders, That's a good football team, bro. I broke them down a little bit. They're 3-4. Go look at who they lost football games to. This is a nasty football team. They might win this by double digits. But all they got to do is smack the Colts around for us. Here we go. Mark it down. There's blood in the water, baby. Take it to the bank.
At Marc Mariani 80, sold by Mariani.com for your real estate questions and needs. Mark, great stuff. Appreciate you, bro.
Love you guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
Get you some brown water for us. We're the ones at the bar. He's at home.
That's right.
But he'll get it done.
Without question.
Washington money line just did it.
I did it combined with the Titans.
There you go. All right, more 3HL. When we come back, we'll get a Tennessee update from Josh Ward from the Sports Animal up in Knoxville next on 104.5 The Zone.
Let's go, good people. Time to load up, man. Load up the truck. And where you going? Probably to a big game, man. And if you're going to the big game, it's one stop you got to make first. That's Red Dog Wine and Spears where you got to go first, man. 1031 Riverside Drive, right there in Franklin off Highway 96. When you get on over there, man, let them know Big Slate sent you. Tell them, I'm in the building, and watch what they do. Red Dog got you, man. They're going to take care of everything you're looking for. But the Tastings Bar, that's what's open today. 3 to 6 p.m. Zephyr Gin. So you got that going on from 3 to 6. On Saturday, you got the Scotch and single malt tasting. You don't want to miss either one of these, man. This is the only place you can go to where you can taste and try before you buy. They stand by their product, and they stand by their employees, man, because they know exactly what they're talking about. You get in there, if you don't know what you're talking about, you just getting a favor, a party favor for someone, let them walk you through it. Let them know at 1031 Riverside Drive, and you know what it is, man. Red Dog got you.
We're not that far from the holidays, and maybe you need to make sure you have a gift that hits it out of the park. Why don't you buy somebody a new closet? I know it sounds funny, right? But Artisan Custom Closets is who you need to call. When I say a new closet, I'm talking a show-stopping closet that maybe you have always dreamed of, or maybe, you know, your wife has always dreamed of, with shoe storage, with plenty of hanging areas, with drawers to store sweaters, maybe a little lighting for special touch. Artisan Custom Closets can do all of it. Get a free consultation today at artisancustomclosets.com. That's ARTISAN. And here's the deal. I had them come and do an organizational system for my garage, and it's beautiful. People talk about it all the time, and everybody's jealous. They can help you as well. Customer service, their number one goal. You meet with one of their senior design consultants, no charge. They personalize your space to fit your needs. First free consultations at your home. They give you 3D plans and lay out your options and costs. That's what they did for me. And then I could take away and add stuff to stay within my budget. Artisan Custom Closets makes it easy for you to say less to the mess. And for the holidays, tell them Dawn sent you. They'll give you 10% off if you are a Zone listener. 10% off, artisancustomclosets.com. The phone number 615-800-2199. That's 800-2199.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to, number one, we're going to give away a pair of Tennessee-Kentucky tickets this segment. So come to Scoreboard Bar and Grill.
Gotta get here.
Listen, man, it's beautiful weather. You can play cornhole outside and not even mess around with us. Or you can come in here, have some food, drink some beer, some bushwhacker, whatever.
Chill with us.
And hang out with us. They got a dude out there singing. You know, he's trying to make it in this world.
Mm-hmm.
And he was talking about, well, the weekend's already here. I'm like, yeah, you're damn right. We on this show, we say that on Thursday. At like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
Josh Ward in Knoxville with a little Tennessee update from Josh and Swain on the Sports Animal. You can hear them 11 to 2 Central Time at Josh and Swain at Josh_Ward. Josh, what's up? How are you?
Hey, I'm doing well. So, is it chilling with you guys, or is it getting hyped with you guys? Because I know Kentucky week, it's football, not basketball, but Kentucky week has to mean something for Slay, and the hype is building ahead of next week, too.
Yeah, we kind of we're a roller coaster on this show, so like we'll chill with you, but we'll get hype at the same time. So I don't know. It just whenever the mood strikes us. Slay is looking for kitty cats though. So
I am. I'm on a hunt for them, baby. Mm-hmm.
Add to the pack. I know the pack's been growing with all the different the wins
right.
and the list you've been putting together all season long, Ron.
Josh, taking a 10,000-foot view of this matchup, I think maybe the most interesting matchup of the weekend. I know people want to dive into Penn State, Ohio State. That's fine. That's 15.5-point line. James Franklin usually does pretty well against Ohio State. But I think this one is interesting in that it's a complete, like, bizarro team situation of each other. You know, with Chris Rodriguez, last year, Kentucky wanted to shorten the game with long drives and run the football and all that. I think that they should not do that this year, but I bet that they do. And Tennessee, meanwhile, full octane on the other side. I think it's going to be an interesting matchup to see how these two teams approach each other.
Yeah, it's up-tempo versus no-tempo is what this game is. But what Tennessee's been able to do so often, because it's been such a good first-quarter team and because Tennessee's been able to strike, they can affect what your game plan was going in or how you see the script of the early part of it playing out. I mean, the LSU game, now there's a turnover that affected things too, but Tennessee gets out to an early lead. I think even early in the game, Brian Kelly thought, okay, we're already behind. We're going to be playing catch-up. He went for that 4th and 4, didn't get it. They're behind even more and had no chance to catch up. So how this game goes early will matter. It won't tell us everything because Tennessee can turn things on very quickly at any point in the game. But last year we saw Kentucky decide we've got to try to keep up. And to Kentucky's credit, they kept up for the most part and had a shot there with the ball late in the game, but Tennessee got to stop. And this defense, it is vulnerable. The secondary will be challenged, I'm sure, tomorrow by Will Levis and their talented receivers. But they are good at slowing the run, so trying to slow Chris Rodriguez will be part of the key. And they've gotten important stops in the red zone a number of times this season. So Kentucky will get there and try to think, okay, we've got to score touchdowns to keep up. When Tennessee's defense forces a field goal or certainly stops you on 4th down, that is a huge win for Tennessee because of the likelihood the Vols offense then turns around and puts up 7.
McCullough is back at safety. Cedric Tillman back at wide receiver. You now have 5 wide receivers that have at least one 100-yard game. How do those two guys affect what Tennessee will do tomorrow?
Yeah, let's see with Tillman because you're trying to work him back in, and this can be good for the offense tomorrow. It can be good for Tillman to get him back out there, and we'll see how much he plays. But, part of it is getting back in football shape. He's been practicing some, but it's different than going out there and playing in a game, especially the way that Tennessee does. So you hear the term knocking the rust off. I think it's about getting him back into a rhythm in the offense. The last time we saw him, he was a guy that Hendon Hooker was targeting a lot. Since then, Jalen Hyatt has exploded, and the offense has maybe benefited in terms of what Hendon Hooker has been challenged to do, and again, what Hyatt has done to step up. So it's one of the bigger storylines to me is how does Tillman fit in? Sounds like the wrong description because he'll fit in just fine, but what they're able to do and how they use guys differently because Hyatt has taken off and become the Biletnikoff finalist that we thought Tillman could be 6 weeks ago. McCullough, let's see as well. There's the getting him back to where he's cleared to play part, also making sure that he's physically ready to go because he's been out for a couple weeks, not as long as Tillman, but part of that could be trying to gear up for Georgia next week, a Georgia offense that is going to try to do a number of different things. So not to overlook Kentucky, but I think there is a long-term aspect to getting these guys back for the final stretch of the season.
So from a Kentucky perspective, again, I think that they should go against their grain offensively and let Will Levis throw it around the yard. What do you expect from Kentucky?
Well, I would try to take shots. The idea of a 10-play drive like Will Levis described, that's nice, but are you going to do that more than once or twice? I don't think that's realistic. So you try to run the football with Chris Rodriguez. He looked good against Mississippi State 2 weeks ago, and he's a fresh running back who was unavailable for a few weeks, and then you get 2 weeks to get ready for this game. Use that to set up play action. That would be part of my goal there. But Tennessee's weakness on the defensive side would be in the secondary, right? You try to attack with your wide receivers. I would try to avoid playing a keep up with and outpace Tennessee game. That's why I do think the start of it matters so much. If Kentucky's able to get a lead early, then they'll try to continue to run the football and limit how many possessions Tennessee gets. But if we come out of the first quarter like we've seen so often, Tennessee's up 7, 10 points, certainly more than that, then I think Mark Stoops will say, okay, we have no other shot but to try to run at them through the air, not just on the ground. And at that point, I would say good luck to Kentucky.
All right, 12-point spread. Who wins? How much?
Yeah, final score I gave out, 37-24. So, some Tennessee fans saying only 37. Yeah, that's what this offense has done this season. But I do like Tennessee by a couple of scores. That's just under the second extra point. So Tennessee by 13 against Kentucky.
Love it. Thank you, Josh.
You like that Kentucky defense, huh, Josh?
I like the way they play. Jacquez Jones, I don't like that for them. But, that it's an insult to Tennessee, Ron, when I say 37 points for Josh Heupel's team. In an SEC game against a top 25 team, that's what this Tennessee program has become.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, we're not that far removed from Jeremy Pruitt's offense, man.
That was the month of October a couple years ago when I would offer up 37 points for the Vols. That's just maybe a half coming up tomorrow.
Josh Ward at Josh_Ward. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it, man.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Josh and Swain doing some great work up there in Knoxville. We got a couple of giveaways.
Let's get it.
You ready? We're going to draw a winner for a pair of tickets to the Low Country Boil here tomorrow. We're doing that 3 times today. So time number 1 is right now. That Low Country Boil is noon to 5. It's going to be a ton of fun. And you can watch all kinds of football and enjoy some food. You need help with the name?
I think this is Emily Lever. Sorry, Emily.
Well, that was
Emily, you won.
Lever. No, not the tickets.
You won. What she win? What Emily win?
Low Country Boil tickets for tomorrow.
There you go. That's Emily.
Which is good, too. And now this is Tennessee, Kentucky.
Oh, darn. But Mary Crawford, I think.
Mary Crawford. All right, we're going to draw another pair of tickets.
See, man, Emily, I feel bad, man, because guess what? I was going to read Mary's first.
Listen to you.
Was.
Y'all just hang out. Keep drinking. I saw the fireball back there. They're doing double fireball back there.
Oh, wow. That's how you get to it.
Just keep drinking. We're going to do another one here in about an hour. So Tennessee, Kentucky tickets in another hour and Low Country Bowl tickets. There you go. Live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, 3HL 1045 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Listen to me now. Let's go on and get to it. You got a big opportunity right here at Music City Autoplex. Their orders have been given, and it's making an aggressive push to push over the inventory. You got to get rid of. We got to turn this over, man. What this means for you, this means they're marking down hundreds of units, and they must be sold. Whatever it takes. This means thousands of dollars in savings for you. This is your time to get a deal on your next late model, used vehicle that is unheard of. Nobody is doing that out here. If you are in the market for a vehicle, don't miss the opportunity to snag the best prices you will see all year long. You can see their slash prices online at MusicCityAutoplex.com, or better yet, visit the lot, 2430 Gallatin Pike North. And when you visit the lot, keep this in mind. You'll see why they're the uncommon dealership. It's not just about the way they do business, but it's about the inventory. When you drive, you see hundreds of vehicles. You don't see this anywhere else. Music City Autoplex. Go get your car.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hogg. The final injury report of the week is out, and it's about to be an interesting 48 hours as Torrey Carter has been listed as out. So has Rashad Weaver, but Ryan Tannehill and Big Jeff are both listed as questionable going into Sunday's game. When it comes to the Texans, basically every player that's been on the injury report this week outside of Jerry Hughes is listed as questionable. Nico Collins, Malik Collins, Kenyon Green, Justin McCray, A.J. Cand, as well as Rasheem Green. All of those players are all listed as questionable, as is Brandon Cooks. And tonight, high school football, 104.5 The Zone, Mount Juliet and Green Hill, the 5-5A Championship happening. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock here on The Zone with Will Bowling and Lucas Panzica. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Three Town 104.5 The Zone. What up, Nashville? Friday edition, Trash Talk Friday here at Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Music Valley Drive by the Opryland Hotel. Brent Doherty and this guy, Ron Slay.
I'm in the building.
Rocket Top. This kind got no room.
Joe Hunk back at the studio.
Got no room. No room.
Got a lot going on. Allan Bell's got winners for you coming up at 4:20. He'll be live on site here at Scoreboard Bar and Grill.
Why wouldn't he?
Had the medium chicken tenders earlier, and when I say medium, they got a little temperature to them.
This is my first time having the tenders, man. Just, I'm getting the regular kind.
Sissy.
Yeah, man, they good. I'm going to be real, they good. I had the wings last time. These are the tenders. The tenders really good.
I gotcha.
Like that. Good and breaded.
Stop by for your chance to win Tennessee-Kentucky tickets. Going to give away 2 more pair as we roll through.
Can I give a quick shout-out?
Shout away.
Man, let me give a shout-out, man. I'm walking through Home Depot last night, give me a little wood so I can get my little fire pit going and things like that. You know what I mean? And a dude, man, I thought he was going to do some trash talking to me, man, but he didn't, man. He said he appreciate the show. He really likes to listen to it, him and his wife, Miss Valerie, and Mr. Charles, man. Hey, man, so salute to them,
Why
man.
would they give you trash talk? Were they Kentucky fans?
No, Charles about my height. He said, hey, man, come here real quick. I was like, hey, man, what you want, man? You a big old dude. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to tussle with you in Home Depot. And then, but I saw
I'm just trying to get some wood.
Yeah, I'm trying to get on out there. I saw the warming smile from his wife, Miss Valerie, though, man.
All
So,
right.
yeah, shout out to them, man.
All
Thanks for
right,
listening.
speaking of winners, last week we read you a better on, I think it was Caesars, that bet $1 million spread out over like 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like $170,000 per game. There were a couple of games at like $220.
Yo. You want me to tell you what he did?
Yeah, do you have it?
I got it word for word, verbatim. Charlotte versus Florida International. It was plus 14. He took FIU. He won that game.
He won that game, and our buddy Will Healy lost his job after that game.
Yeah, sure did.
And so, hey, think about you, Will.
UTSA.
Beer's on us if you come up to Nashville. He's got family up here.
Come on up here. UTSA versus North Texas. He took North Texas plus 10. Won that game.
Won that game?
Yeah. Miami.
Did you write down the amount of money on each game? I think
it was 110 all the way through. 220 was on the Titans.
Okay. 110. So he's up to 220 off 2 games.
Yup. Miami versus Duke. He took Duke plus 10.
And
won
that won?
game. Yep.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, and I went with him. Clemson versus Cuse. Plus 14. He took Cuse and won that game.
My goodness.
Now, the Titans minus 2.5.
Wait, so that's 4 of the 5 right there?
Yep. See these other ones.
I thought it was 170 apiece.
May have been.
And then 220.
That might have been. That might have been. Yep. Then you had West Virginia and Texas Tech. Took West Virginia plus 6, lost that one. Nevada, San Diego State, Nevada plus 7, he lost that one. And then Bush Jones, Arkansas State plus 7 over University of Louisiana Lafayette. They lost that one. He won. He ended up winning the 221 though with the Titans minus 2.5. So there it is, man. I'm looking for him again. Something told me don't bet with Butch. I left the Butch game out, and I added the Butch game. I left the West Virginia game out.
So he ended up losing $70,000.
And
Out of all that, yeah.
Only 70?
Yeah.
Oh, he gained. Big game.
Well, you called him out for putting his money in Butch Jones' pocket.
Yeah. Should have left that one on out. I can't wait to talk to AB, though, man, because I got football parlay set up, and I held out on my college parlay this time because y'all were right. Y'all both talked me into it. Before I gave the parlay on air, that was the right parlay. The one I bet was the wrong one. But, yeah. So I'm waiting this time.
Oh, you went on the over?
No, I went under 61, but remember I took Mississippi State plus 21.
Right.
Or plus 22, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
Alabama handled it.
I bet Alabama 3 different times at 21.
Did you?
Yeah.
They won all of them.
Yeah.
You were
And the
smart.
under 61.
You smart. You told me. I was like, but y'all done talked me into Mississippi State. And they go out there, man.
And the other one was LSU money line.
Yep.
And I was nervous. I was standing with my guy, Brian Wright. We were watching the game, and B. Wright had Ole Miss, and they were up 17-3. And I was like, well.
They just fell apart.
42-3 from then on. I don't know what to think about LSU, man.
Well, we're going to find out soon. We're going to find out real soon.
World Series begins tonight. Phillies at Astros, 7:03 p.m. first pitch in Houston. Aaron Nola gets the nod for Philly. He's 11-13 this season with a 3.25 ERA in the regular season. 2-1 in the postseason, though, with a 3.12. He only lasted 4 2/3 and gave up 6 earned runs last time out in an 8-5 loss in San Diego. But 0 earned runs in the previous 2 games in the postseason, both wins. He did beat Houston October 3rd, 3-0. Verlander for the Astros, 18-4 this year in the regular season, 1.75 ERA. 2-1 in the postseason with a 6.3 ERA. He got rocked in one of his games. He beat Philadelphia the day before Aaron Nola beat Houston 10-0 and gave up no hits in 5 innings and was taken out. Houston a -175 favorite tonight.
Yeah.
You going to dive into baseball?
Man, I'm going to ride with you. Wherever you going. Ride with my boy.
I'm laying out tonight.
Okay, well, I'm going to chill.
And he means I'm not betting anything tonight then.
Yeah, I'm chill then.
Laying out tonight.
Ain't got nothing. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You got to know. You got to know when to fold them.
Verlander made me nervous a couple starts ago.
Gave up 6 runs against Seattle.
Yes, and then the last time out, he was shaky in the first 2 innings. Then he got it going, and once he got it going, he was basically unhittable.
So it's the time that it takes
Philly's
to get
just
it going.
really hot also, so
Nice.
I want to let this series marinate a little bit and see.
I may jump on the Bryce bandwagon for a second in game 1. Just to see.
I would say you're going against your boy, but I don't.
But you ain't going. You chilling.
I'm chilling.
Yeah, I ain't going against you.
So I'm gonna go watch CPA play Davidson Academy tonight.
I'm going to go check out, what's the name? Lipscomb and BGA. Should get that one over with quick.
That'll be over quick.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jonas. I love you, bro.
I love you, though. Jonas Rodriguez over there?
Yeah.
Yo, Jonas, that's my guy, man. Shout out to Jonas. I didn't know he was over there.
Yeah, him and Ingle Martin go back to NBA together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Jonas got some championships as a coach and everything. That's what's up.
He's a great coach, but this year
It's going to be tough.
it's going to be hard. Lipscomb Academy is rolling. So, yeah, that'll be fun. High school football. Plus, I did what you told me to do. I went ahead and paid for the Tennessee-Gonzaga game on pay-per-view,
Definitely
and I
watching
hit
that.
record.
8 o'clock tonight, 9 Eastern.
Oh, is it 8 o'clock?
Yep, I just went on to the Vols tweeted out 9 p.m. Eastern. So 8 o'clock game. You recorded it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep, it was like buy and record. I was like, yes.
It's both.
Yeah,
Check
all of
boxes.
the above.
Yeah.
When we come back, we've got winners for you from Allan Bell. The Preds got some release last night after losing 5 games in a row. They broke apart the St. Louis Blues 6-2. Duchesne and Forsberg 3 assists apiece. Yost with a goal and 2 assists. Granlund, Janot, Sanford, McCarron, and Joey each with goals. They host Washington tomorrow night over at Bridgestone Arena. Broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Another pair of Tennessee Kentucky tickets we will give away this hour, so get your name in the box, and you'll have a chance to win. That's coming up. Stay tuned. 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? Ron Slayer, man. Go get the best barbecue for your buck at only Famous Dave's at 5000 Old Hickory Boulevard. That's one location in Hermitage. Another location, 991 Industrial Boulevard in Smyrna. Also, 1864 West McEwen Drive in Franklin. To go and delivery only. So don't go in there prepared to sit down. You can leave your bills at home and get on home, and everything will be fine. I promise it'll be piping hot then. But headed to Knoxville for the big game. You can also visit them at 208 Advantage Drive. Now, when it comes to happy hour specials, You can always get them Monday through Friday from 3 to 6 on discounts on fried pickles, cheese curds, rib tips, a little bit of everything, man. Signature cocktails as well. You talking about catering an event? You hosting a big game this weekend? You want to see Tennessee beat up on Kentucky? This is what you do. You hit Famous Days up, man. Business luncheons, weddings, parties, big or small. Does not matter. It's the one and only Famous Days.
Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, I want to tell you about them because we are going to be out there on Monday. So make plans after the busy weekend to go hang out with us and our guy Jason and his crew at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits in the Public Shopping Center in Maryland Farms. We're going to have a blast, and they're going to have all kinds of things that they're doing. So while we do the show, you can shop for whatever you need to do to replenish the stockpile that you went through over the course of the weekend. And Jason and his crew will be able to help you out. If you're looking for cigars, they've got that. Craft beer, they've got that. Great selection of wine, great bourbon selection. I'm into tequila right now, so maybe you want to dive down that aisle. We'll show you where everything is, but we're going to have fun doing 3HL there. They are releasing their 2 George Dickel store picks as well. One is a 13-year, one is a 17-year. They'll have wines for you to taste, giveaways, an opportunity to buy some of their older store pick and some allocated bourbons as well. So we're going to have a great time out there. Everyone that buys a bottle of the 13-year Dickel will get put in a drawing to purchase the old store picks and the allocated whiskey. So that's what's up. That's what's coming up. Monday, 3 to 6, Maryland Farm Wine and Spirits. That's where 3HL will be broadcasting live. You can check them out online, MarylandFarmsWS.com. That's Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits, 3 to 6 p.m. on Monday.
Excuse me, sir. You can't park there. The car has no roof. Oh, hell no. We already know. The car ain't got no roof. Ooh, Coach Mike Vrabel, he got these boys hype. We talking big shelf.
Under pressure, hit, sack! Jeffrey Simmons!
Talking to King Derrick Henry.
Give Henry, he walks in. Touchdown, Titans! No review needed.
Oh, the mayor, Kevin Byard.
The Titans have picked it up with Byard to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, to the end zone. Kevin Byard to the house.
And Bud Dupree.
Big chase, big sack! Bud Dupree!
And this 2022 Titan squad. Oh, they ain't got no roof. Y'all better get ready. Oh, it's time. It's time for some Titans football.
Who run it? Who run it? Who run it?
3HL 1045, The Zone, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport is in Lubbock, Texas, in advance of Baylor at Texas Tech.
I wonder if she's having a ball down there.
Stay on campus.
Well, there's so much to do.
You say that every time you stay on campus.
Campus is nice, man.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
What up, what up?
Scoreboard, man. A lot of things happen here. This is a Nashville OG. Get some hot chicken, a bushwhacker, you'll be good to go.
Chicken is on point, too, man.
Allan Bell joins us now from sportsline.com. AB, what's up?
What's up, guys? Let me say this. You realize week in and week out why he's the mayor. He's got people just coming in Scoreboard, telling him what's up, hollering at him. Yeah, man. Yeah, it's good to be here, man.
I thought, like, you came in here with this big jug of, like, brown liquid. I thought you were just walking around with a big tub of barbecue sauce. I'm like, my man's going to get some chicken and then use his own, man.
Hey, it's either barbecue sauce or brown liquor. I mean, whichever one. No, just a little half sweet tea, half lemonade. Nice Arnold Palmer here.
Mm-hmm. Brisk, half and half.
Yep. $1. I don't know the name of the gas station. I'll give him a plug, but it's cheap.
I love it. So me and AB and Slay get on a text message usually about Saturday morning. Like, what are you on to today or Sunday morning or whenever it is. And usually have, like, these weird quarterback prop bets. Like, somebody's going to throw an interception plus, 0.5 and all this. Well, I usually pick out one or two or whatever of some of the stuff you send us. And the one that I hit on last week was Tua Tagovailoa over 31.5 pass attempts.
Yeah.
Which I thought was aggressive. But I was like, I'm all right with my boy AB.
I love it, man. Yeah, like
36 or 38 pass attempts later, we're cashing
we're
checks.
just coasting, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll tell you what, like, as we go along, as sports betting comes around, to legalize in each state, you start to realize the hardest thing is betting spreads and totals. Like, you could focus and hyper-focus on certain positions, like the quarterback. I'll tell you another one, field goal kickers, man. They set props every game over or under 1.5 field goals made, all right? You look at the Ravens, even though John Harbaugh drive you crazy, Justin Tucker, he usually hits them. Ryan Suckup with the Bucks, he hits them, man. Like, if you don't want to bet games and totals and worry about all that, dude, focus on one position. You could look at quarterbacks across the league in terms of interceptions. Usually, more times than not, man, you're going to have success.
Right.
How do you look at the Titans matchup this week? They were a 2.5-point favorite. It's up to 3, even though the news coming down today that Ryan Tannehill is listed as questionable. How does that affect things?
Yeah, so, obviously Tannehill, being questionable, that you're going to have to wait, to understand that a little bit. But I'll say this. Mike Vrabel broke it down exactly during this week. The Texans, watch out for them in quarters 1, quarters 2, quarters 3. Like, they're like Jacksonville. They can put up points. Now, they fall apart in the fourth quarter because they don't have the horses, right? Like, they're just not that good of a team. But they'll mess with you, man, and they don't care about going for fourth downs. Like, if you watch that Florida-Tennessee game, you're right how, Billy Napier was like, dude, we're just going for it. Like, it throws you off. It's hard to stop, right? So you're going to get a little bit of that. That being said, let's just play this hypothetical out really quick. Let's just assume Tannehill's not playing.
Right.
I think that this might actually be the best spot for Malik Willis to start a game, right? Because the Texans have the worst run defense in the NFL. You're going to get a ton of Derrick Henry. Malik could run on his own, could use his arm, and I like that it's on the road. There's actually added pressure when you play at home.
Yeah.
Like, you go out there, it's quiet. Yeah. It's not like that stadium's like it's not Kansas City. It's not Buffalo, right?
Right.
So if it happens that Malik Willis is playing, Like, I'll bet the Titans. I'll still bet the Titans. I think this is a good matchup for them. I don't trust Houston at all.
You mentioned the run defense. These are Houston's opponents in their carries and yardage. Las Vegas, 27 carries, 164 yards. Jacksonville, 26 carries, 136 yards. The outlier, 27 carries for the Chargers, 81 yards, but Eckler had 60 and 2 touchdowns in that game. Bears, 40 carries, 281 yards.
40 carries.
With a quarterback who can't throw, except for last week with the outlier.
Yeah.
Well, Brett, let me say this. All right, you just brought up, hyper-focused betting on quarterbacks. I would go ahead and take a look at Derrick Henry props for this week. He's going to get a lot of carries and a lot of yardage.
Broncos, 31 carries, 149. Colts, 38 for 177. So Derrick Henry going to have a big day. 3 straight 100-yard games, 80 carries, 344 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the last 3. That averages out to 27 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown per.
Yeah, as you guys would say, Derrick Henry could be a problem on Sunday for Houston, for sure.
Plus, the Texans are going to miss Nico Collins, their big play wide receiver.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks, I guess, will be able to go. Won't be traded yet. But Nico Collins is a big loss for them. So, I like the Titans either way, too. Malik Willis playing quarterback makes me nervous. I think he makes everybody nervous. But I think you're right. You just dial it back.
Yeah.
Let him run the football some.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of, you kind of run an offense. And I'm not saying change the offense, but some people might want to change the offense. But I'll say this. You kind of do it how Josh Heupel. Like, you look at Heupel's offense with Tennessee. He's essentially running a veer offense that is pass first, okay, that is very quarterback friendly, all right? It's very quarterback safe. Hidden Hooker's doing a great job, but the offense is built around doing that. You don't throw a lot of risky plays, right? You keep them up. Like, you kind of run that style of offense because you're just going to wear Houston down. Now, let me also say this. I think the most difficult team the Titans will have in the division will be Jacksonville, because Jacksonville, it plays a completely opposite game of what everyone else in the NFL does. Doug Peterson goes for every 4th down. They don't kick field goals. Trevor Lawrence runs in the red zone. Like, they're a weird team. I'm not saying Titans lose to them, but those are the games to pay attention to, because it could get weird.
Did you see the stat that Trevor Lawrence has one win where Jacksonville scores 12 or more, when the opponent scores 12 or more points?
12.
Really?
12.
It's insane.
One win.
On. That's Doug Peterson them playing Madden then.
He's like 1-19 if the opponent scores 20.
Wow.
Yeah, Urban didn't help him on that one either. But you're right. Like, it's crazy. Like, bet Jacksonville in first halves, though. Like, they score. Also, real quick, I'll give you the best nugget. We talk about Tennessee first quarters all the time.
Yeah.
All right? So, in the second quarter of games in the NFL this season, the Baltimore Ravens are second for most points. They've scored 68, okay? Number 1, the Philadelphia Eagles with 112. They've scored 112 points in the second quarter of games this season.
Really?
And Baltimore's played one more than them.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let's dive into Florida, Georgia, and before we do that, condolences to the Georgia Bulldog family and the Dooley family. Vince Dooley passed away today. Legendary Georgia football coach, won the national title in 1980 with Herschel Walker, famously. My God, just a freshman. 6 SEC titles. Florida Georgia Hall of Fame, 5-time SEC Coach of the Year, and kind of ironic that he passes away the day before the Florida Georgia game.
Right. And a legend, like you said. 100%.
Absolutely. Yep. So Georgia in that matchup now with, playing with emotional hearts. 22.5, I think is the last. That is the largest spread that Georgia has ever had against Florida in this rivalry.
Yeah.
How do you do big spreads in rivalry games?
It's tough. Sorry. So first off, you need to pay attention to the number. All right. So 22.5, right? So look at your key numbers here, how scores are done in football, 3s and 7s. So 22.5, like you would think, anything over 21, right? So now you need either 4 touchdowns or 3 touchdowns and a field goal. That being said, I understand that these games are usually pretty tight. You've got Georgia, coming off of a bye, and everybody's going to say, hey, they're paying attention to Tennessee. No, they're not. And that's not a negative on Tennessee. What I'm saying is Georgia has the same mindset that Tennessee does. Dude, we're looking right here, 60 minutes.
Yeah.
We ain't worried about it. Like, we're focused on this game right here. I'll roll with Georgia. Georgia first half probably pretty good. You could knock that number down. I don't know what it is offhand, probably 12, somewhere around there. But the problem for Florida is that if Georgia gets up, What are they going to do? Run the ball and run the clock? Like, good luck, man.
Right.
Yeah, I'll roll with Georgia.
That's my only problem with this. I know this is a rival, and I know this game always comes down to being close. But I made that mistake with Oklahoma and Texas this year.
Yep.
And that Red rivalry, man, and that Red River rivalry. And, dude, the way Oklahoma got blasted out there, that's –
yeah, and a lot of that was my fault because I said take Oklahoma on that.
But I was going to do it regardless.
Yeah.
Though, so,
well, I'll say this, though. You know what? Like, I was thinking it's kind of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what probably the best play is the under, right?
Yeah.
Because you could have a game where Georgia wins 40-10 and the over's 60.5, and you easily cash, right? Because I just don't – basically what you're trying to figure out is how many points is Florida going to score.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Probably under 17.
Yeah.
And in the second half – not that Georgia would look ahead to Tennessee, but they will take their foot off the gas pedal and say, we're not getting anybody hurt.
Yeah, we'll come into it.
We'll just run the football on you.
Right.
Yeah, and let you run it too. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly right.
Allan Bell with us, sportsline.com, at Allan Bell 247 on Twitter. What do you think about this Ohio State-Penn State game, man? 15 is the current line. I've just been I haven't gone to the window with it. I'm just kind of watching it. I don't know. Penn State kind of reminds me of Michigan State a little bit offensively, and Michigan State didn't score very much against – they scored one offensive touchdown.
Yeah.
That wasn't garbage time.
Yeah. Man, James Franklin has played Ohio State pretty tight.
He has.
Yep.
You're right.
The problem is that James Franklin and Penn State, they get worse as the season goes. They kind of start to fall off, and you're starting to see it. Like, they're getting blown out a little bit here. And you look at Ohio State's complete opposite. They start every year slow. But about week 9, week 10, them dogs start throwing. Dude, they start putting up 50 points, 55. And I think that, Ryan Day and his team, like, they're almost operating, like, they operate like an NFL team.
Yeah.
Like, and they say, all right, this is when we ramp. It's Ohio State or nothing. There's no way I can bet Penn State. I just can't do it.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm not going with them either.
Yeah.
There's a game that Slay and I are at odds with.
Ooh,
yes. Odds.
Army-Navy. No.
Missouri. We're not there yet. Missouri at South Carolina. Gamecocks favored by 3.5. They beat Texas A&M last week, jumped into the top 25. Missouri's had some close calls. Had a close call against Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt had a defensive score, though.
Yeah.
What do you think about this matchup?
Man, all right, so you've got a team in South Carolina coming off a big win. Right? So you think, all right, is there a hangover here? Are we worried about this? Not really. Not too terribly much. It wasn't like they just, took down number one. Right?
Yeah.
Then you look at Missouri, right? Like, they win, but it wasn't as big as, people thought that it would be, blah, blah, blah. Look, I think I trust South Carolina here. Like, I'm not a huge fan
of
Beamer.
Side.
Yeah, like, I'm not a huge fan of their coach. Like, Beamer, like, he's all right. He's got some high school in him a little bit. But, but I do think that the players, believe in it.
Right.
And I think that locker room is tight. I'll take South Carolina with a low number.
5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. That's the one thing. That South Carolina pass game
is hideous. But if this game was taking place anywhere else, if this was in Missouri, I would feel maybe a little different about it. But would have been in South Carolina. And then, like you said, man, last week watching that Missouri and Vanderbilt game, dog, like that was so difficult to watch. That looked like two high school teams playing.
Yeah.
Honestly. You know what I'm saying? Outside of the big-time plays like a guy hurdling somebody and, picking it up and going. But that was different, man. So I think South Carolina.
Missouri's ceiling is only so high.
Yeah.
Like, if you just get to 24, you got them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ole Miss and A&M.
Yeah, this one I don't know about yet either.
This one in question for me. I want to roll with Lane.
Yeah.
Want to roll with the guy because I don't believe in what Jimbo's doing, and he looks so frustrated. Like, they just not running the plays that I'm calling, but he's calling them.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you supposed to do?
Yeah, 1.5 point favorite on the road, Ole Miss.
I'll tell you this. I am all in on Texas A&M in this game.
Okay.
Because I'll say the reason why. Ole Miss is leaking into the second half. And I'll give Jimbo Fisher this. When it's a big game, I'm not saying he wins them like you look at like Alabama, but he'll
fight.
He'll mess with you. Like, he'll mess with you. He knows what time it is. And Lane is not winning these big games. He'll talk like he does. And I saw Lane already on Twitter.
He's fooling us, AB. That's what he's doing.
Dude, he's trying to play Houdini, man. Don't look at us. Like, look at this. He does that, man.
Yep.
And it's smart until you look at it and you go, oh, you finna get whooped. Like, That's how it's going to go down.
Yeah, it's funny because I don't trust Jackson Dart at all to throw the football, but if he can get it to Mingo, look the hell out.
Look out, right? Yeah.
But here's the thing. I think you're right. I think LSU showed some things in quarters 2, 3, and 4 defensively where they figured Ole Miss out. And Jimbo Fisher, his archaic offense aside, that defense is good.
It's real good. It's real good.
And it's at home, and
and they need it. They have to have it. Yeah, I'll roll A&M.
I like that.
Yeah.
Talking into them.
Arkansas and Auburn. I kind of like Arkansas minus the 3.5. I don't like the 3.5. I wish it was 2.5, but that's where it is. Maybe you could buy it down.
Yeah. God, I mean, are these the two most just untrustworthy? Like, you have no idea what you're going to get.
Yeah. Here's a little backstory on these two. Ready? Auburn has lost 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Arkansas has lost 3 out of 4. Auburn's won 6 in a row in the series and 8 out of 9. Arkansas hasn't won at Auburn since 2012.
Yeah.
But Auburn does not have KJ Jefferson, and he looked great against BYU.
Mm-hmm.
What, Arkansas doesn't?
No, they do. Auburn does not have him.
Oh, okay.
They need him, yeah.
Okay.
They need him.
I'll tell you this. Usually, more times than not, in these games where teams are losing, playing against each other, you look at it, you say, man, I bet both these teams, they ain't going to score. Take the under. No, take the over, because it's going to be a defensive disaster on both sides, right? Auburn have a great game. Arkansas have a great game. It'll be sloppy as hell.
Right.
Roll that over. Like, it makes no sense, but do it. Take the over on that.
I love how, you give out these picks, and you go a certain direction. Slay's immediately in his app.
Yeah, but this time I'm only going in there because I'm on board with you guys. And my feelings about Arkansas is we knew coming into this, we already said, man, dude, they got a gauntlet of a schedule.
Yeah.
So I don't think they are as bad as their record shows. I just think, man, they done played against some teams, man, and then they done had some timely injuries also. Yeah. So they kind of need a Auburn, you know what I mean, a team that's coming out there with 3 wheels on the full car.
At some point, Auburn's just going to fall apart.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
And they might be in the process of that right now. They've lost 3 in a row. And that win at BYU is a good quality win.
Question.
Great win.
Without question.
Yeah. And look, like what you just said is 100% correct about Arkansas. It's a lot like Baylor. Like, Baylor doesn't look like that good of a team, but you look at the schedule, you're like, my God, dude, like, when did they get Tennessee's schedule?
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
We always ask AB for a couple of games that maybe we didn't talk about on the college side, the NFL side. We'll do that when we come back. We'll also hit on Tennessee, Kentucky in a little more detail and get AB's winner there. Stay tuned. Allan Bell from sportsline.com, at Allan Bell 247 on Twitter. Broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Music Valley Drive. We'll give away some Tennessee, Kentucky tickets next as well. 3HL live on 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, people? It's Ron Slay, along with Baca. That's the dog, man. When you hear the dog barking, you know that's Red Dog Wine and Spirits coming for you. And Red Dog got you because they always take care of you. Each Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you got the tasting bar. And also, when you pull up, you can shop online right here at Red Dog Wine and Spirits, man. Have it delivered in the Franklin area via Instacart, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grizzly, or come visit inside the store for all the latest selections, man. Make sure you get in there. You can sign up for the Red Dog Wine and Spirits newsletter of the month. You don't want to miss out on that and the week. Most of the team there has been there for more than 7 years. Now, you got to understand, the tasting bar is taking place as we speak. Zephyr London Dry and Zephyr Gin. You want to get in there and try it? You got the opportunity. Saturday, 12 to 3, Scotch and single malt tasting. It doesn't get better than this, man. Nika from the Barrel. Get in there and try it out, man. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. There's only one place where you can try before you buy, and that's Red Dog Wine and Spirits.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you. Don Davenport in Lubbock, Texas, in advance of Baylor, Texas Tech. Should be on the sideline there. Nice facility out there. They're actually getting ready to build. I was out there not too long ago. My son Connor went to Middle Tennessee, went to a camp out there, got a workout out there.
Hey.
And there's a lot of money over there, man.
Oh, yeah.
All those Texas schools.
Dude.
Oh, without question.
Like, you look around, like, especially like West Texas, like, there's a lot of land. There's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Coach Mack land right there, baby.
It is.
Allan Bell with us at Allan Bell 247. If you've got questions, he'll have answers for you. Sportsline.com. What's going on Sportsline for those that don't know?
Yeah, man. So, what we do is, we go through, simulate each game in any sport 10,000 times and grade bets, man. A grades, B grades, C grades. Point you to the A grades, keep you away from the B's and C's. That's essentially what we do, man. Just try to help you out.
Y'all helped me last night, AB, man. When I was betting the Thursday night game, I was already riding with Baltimore, but then I was like, man, over under.
Yeah.
And I went on Sportsline, man, and they got me together.
That's why you're the man, dude.
I hit
Appreciate that.
Slate, yeah.
Tennessee, Kentucky. Tennessee, you've been all over Tennessee in first quarters.
Yeah.
I know that. What do you think about this offense? Two contrasting styles here, offensively and defensively, for these teams.
Yeah, so, you're looking at the fastest team in the SEC against the slowest team in the SEC.
Slowest team in the country.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. Think about that. Look, this is not the same Kentucky team that started the season. I'll say this. I think that there's a great chance that this is the most aggressive start that Josh Heupel will have this season because he understands that you can win this game in the first quarter, in the first half. You just come out, you step on their throat, you score points. Kentucky physically cannot play that style of game, and you just take it and end it. So I wouldn't be surprised to see going forward on fourth downs, just being super aggressive. That being said, big surprise, give me Tennessee in the first quarter, -3.5. I like -7 in the first half as well, but I'll say this. In the first quarter of games this season, Tennessee has outscored opponents 96-24. With that schedule,
Goodness
right?
gracious. Yeah.
I think that they come out, and it sounds like I'm being, hyperbolic here. I'm not. Literally take Kentucky out of the game and say 21-0. What do you go, run the ball?
Yeah, please do it. Show us.
Run the clock for us, man. Literally.
We're dying for you, too.
Yeah.
How important do you think it is from the Kentucky standpoint to play to their strength, and their strength being, to me, outside of the defense, special teams, man. Barry Brown is a special guy back there.
Yeah.
So punt team, kickoff team, how important is that?
I think everything is important for Kentucky. Like, Kentucky's literally going to have to they're going to have almost a perfect game in all three phases, get a little bit of luck. Now, Kentucky's played Tennessee tight.
Right.
I'll give them that credit, right? Yeah. But look at last year, all right? Tennessee had the ball for 13 minutes. Scored 45 points. Kentucky had the ball the whole game, all right?
Yeah.
Like, normally, we hear every week that coaches are like, man, keep Tennessee, keep that offense on the sideline. I think it's a mistake. I don't think it's a good play. I don't think it's a good play at all. You're setting yourself up for failure because if you're not converting over and over and over while doing that, dude, Tennessee's going to come light you up, man.
And I felt they were in that game because of the ball was in Will Levis' hands. Like, he's the one that actually made the mistake at the end.
Yep.
You keep putting it in his hand. Maybe that's what they're worried about going into Neyland. But, yeah, if you put it in Rodriguez, who was a monster back there, I think it's a problem.
Yep. It's interesting, too, defensively. Tennessee, listening to your guy, Todd Furman, Tennessee blitzing 50% of the time on defense the last two games. Kentucky will sit back in the zone.
Yeah.
So they try to keep these dual-threat quarterbacks in front of them. They don't want to play man and turn their head and let the quarterback run down the field. They've done a good job with that. They haven't faced Hendon Hooker, though.
No, they haven't. And, you talk about, what Furman said about Tennessee's defense. Tennessee's defense is the top 10 defense in creating negative plays. Like, that's the scary part, is that the defense is starting to come around. We're not saying that they're Georgia or they're anything like that. But you look at the difference between Tennessee last year, Tennessee this year.
Yeah.
Dude, the defense is starting to get there, and like they haven't even got their recruiting horses in yet.
I think it's smart too, the style with which they're playing, because they know either way they want to get that offense on the field. So if they attack you on defense and get you behind the sticks and get you off the field that way, that's fine. If you hit a big play, the offense is coming back on the field anyway.
Yeah.
So instead of sitting back and allowing people to go 10 play, 7 minutes off the clock, they're gonna either win or lose that drive quickly.
Yep, you're 100% right, man. And, that's the fun thing about Heupel, watching him, is that, one, his heart rate never moves. And then, two, whatever you do, he's like, All right, man. Cool. Like, I got to play for that. Like,
We'll
the dude, he's got plans for it all, man.
Yeah, he does.
Now, we'll see about Georgia. But,
So,
like,
right.
yeah.
I like Tennessee minus the whatever you get.
Yeah.
But I will say this. It went from 12.5 to 13, back down to 12. It's now at 11.5.
Mm-hmm.
So the data points, the numbers tell me they're trying to get you to bet Tennessee.
Yeah.
And that leads me to believe Kentucky maybe plus the whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm still riding with Tennessee, having said that.
I am too. Like, you look at, when we talk about, using the phrase game scripts, right, of how a game can go. Tennessee wins big. Tennessee wins tight. Kentucky, whatever, right? Like, if there are 5 different game scripts of how this could go, like 4 of them are Tennessee covering, right? Like, there's just so many. There's so many more ways that Tennessee can have success. Kentucky to have full success, like everything has to come like together.
Yeah.
I'll roll with Tennessee.
I saw you put this out. When 60% of the public is on an NFL side, the public is losing 58% of the time.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
But there is an outlier with regard to Tennessee. So we sat in here and talked about Tennessee with like 80% of the money going toward Tennessee in the Tennessee-Alabama game, and then Tennessee covered and won straight up.
Yeah.
So, pay attention to that stuff, but it's not always
right. Like
set in stone. Yeah.
And sharps. We talk about the sharp money all the time, which is sharp. Those guys have money for a reason. But dude, they get whooped too. Like they lose too. You know what I mean? So yeah.
They ain't the baddest one on the planet.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So a guy in that world, if he wins 54% of his bets, that's great.
Yep.
So think about that. So
54%.
Even though you're trying to identify where the sharp money is and then go with them, they're still losing half the time almost. So,
They're still very failing high school grades, right? Like, 54% is not like it's not good.
That's why I tell people all the time, man, if you're going to do this, just set an entertainment budget.
Yep.
And that's what this is. It's an entertainment budget.
It's an entertainment, and you're going to have weeks where you are good, and you're going to have weeks where it is horrible. Like, just be prepared to lose starting out. Like, that's going to happen.
Are there a couple of games that you've identified that we haven't hit on?
Yeah. So, all right, in the NFL, first, I'm going to take the Jaguars minus 2.5 in London against the Broncos. There's nothing that I trust in Denver whatsoever. I want nothing to do with them at all. But I will roll with Jacksonville there. The Bills, minus 11 against the Packers. Aaron Rodgers has completed more passes behind the line of scrimmage than anywhere else on the field. Their offense is the same as the Bucs. It's 4 yards and in. He is hitting nothing over 20 yards, and the Bills are coming off of a bye. Buffalo will do whatever they want. Lastly, we talked about it earlier. The Eagles. Take the Eagles in the first half.
Yeah.
Take the Eagles in full game against the Steelers. Like, the Eagles are coming off of a bye, too. Fully rested. Nick Sirianni, the head coach of the Eagles, he also knows, like, Eagles fans tend to probably hate Steelers fans. Like, this one gets me a few more bonus points, too. Like, let's run that one up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
rub this one in. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There he is. He's Allan Bell. At Allan Bell 247. Good stuff, AB.
Man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, as always, for having me week after week.
Sportsline.com is the website. Follow Allan again on Twitter. At Allan Bell 247. I don't even know who Allan is. AB is what we call him.
There we go.
Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you, and we got to give away some more things.
Let's get it.
As we roll through the scoreboard show, we need a pair of tickets to the Low Country Boil tomorrow.
All right.
And we need a pair of tickets to Tennessee, Kentucky as well.
There you go, Low Country Bowl.
Low Country Boil. You got that one?
What are you reaching?
You got it.
Darn. AB got it. Shannon Brown. There you go.
Shannon Brown.
So many.
We're going to win like the same. Oh, Shannon Brown? Low Country Boil
There you
tickets.
go. You just won it. All right.
Shannon came in expecting to win that one.
Yes, indeed. Right on cue.
We've got Jordan, and I can't read the last name.
Jordan. Hey.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Hey. All right. We'll give away another pair of Tennessee, Kentucky tickets in the 5 o'clock hour, another pair of tickets to the Low Country Boil. And then we have a reserve table plus $100 gift card to Scoreboard for this Sunday. Spazzo Ween coming up. Stay tuned. Brent Doherty, Ron Slay with you on 104.5 The Zone.
You all know I love betting on the NFL. I can always find new player or game props I like. And what's cool about FanDuel Sportsbook is you combine those props with other bets from the same game and score an even bigger payout. That's perfect when you know a team as well as we all know the Titans. Perfect for the Titans-Texans game, where you definitely need to go Derrick Henry anytime touchdown and maybe over on rushing yards for the King. Then maybe take team total over on rushing yards for the Titans. We know what they want to do with Ryan Tannehill's ankle this week. And you know what else? Same game parlay is one of the reasons I bet. But what else I love? Live betting. You can place your bet fast during a game if you see a trend you like. They also have a bunch of odds boosts and specials. No feeling like nailing a same game parlay bet. Lock in your bet today on FanDuel Sportsbook. And if you're new, sign up with promo code DAWN for your no sweat first bet up to $1,000. That's promo code DAWN. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Got to be 21 and older and present. Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable free bets. Expire 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem. Tennessee Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Honk. Final injury report of the week is out for Titans and Texans. And the thing that you need to know most is the fact that Ryan Tannehill did not practice today, and he is listed as questionable for the game on Sunday against the Texans, as is Big Jeff. Now, Torrey Carter as well as Rashad Weaver have been listed as out. Everybody else that's been on the injury report this week, they are all good to go. When it comes to the Texans, Nico Collins, Brandon Cooks, both of them are listed as questionable, the wide receivers for the Texans. And basically, so is the rest of the team. Every person on their injury list is listed as questionable. Game 1 of the World Series happening tonight. First pitch is going to be at 7:03. Aaron Nola, Justin Verlander, Phillies and Astros. And tonight, Mount Juliet, Green Hill going at it at 7 o'clock for the 5A Region Championship. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone Friday edition. Trash Talk Friday. Phone lines are open the entire hour. 615-737-1045 if you want to spit some venom.
Yeah.
Brent Doherty with you. Scoreboard, Bar and Grill, Music Valley Drive. Big Ron Slade.
Yeah. Good old Rocky Top.
The one time I wait for you to say I'm in the building, you don't do it.
Because I like when you got it when it goes with. I forgot which one you play, but you got it timed perfectly when we're in the studio. It's great. So that's why I was like, I ain't gonna say I'm in the building this time. But we do got some. Hey man, we got a house divided in the building.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be rough on somebody, man, and it ain't gonna be the volunteer fan. So
this guy comes up to me, says, "Can you tell Slay? My wife's a big Kentucky fan. We're over here eating dinner."
Yeah.
I said, go tell him he's sitting at the table.
Yeah, found out Becky's a big Kentucky fan, and yep, she's got a lot to deal with this weekend, man.
There she is.
Yeah, kitty.
She's got her Kentucky sweatshirt on.
Hey, all I'm saying is, look, outside our doors, it's Halloween. Along with the candy, make sure you put a litter box because there's going to be some kitty cats running wild, man, with no home. Hey, man, hey, we ain't going to do nothing but put a little sign out there, use the litter box, and get on about your way. Straight up 75 north, man. Get on back home to Lexington.
Tennessee now an 11.5-point favorite. That number keeps coming down a little bit.
Well, that must be because Becky walked in. But as soon as Becky leaves back out, Becky is going back up to 14. We're going to route y'all up there on Rocket Top.
3HL Happy Hour headline presented by Kickstand Cocktails, Real Spirits, Crushable Spice. The headline, the head coach of the Tennessee Titans listing Ryan Tannehill, Titans QB1, as questionable for Sunday. How nervous does that make you, 1 to 10? 615-737-1045.
Me, y'all, I'm about a 4. I'm about a 4, man, because, like, listening to Mariani talk, you know what I mean, AB, yourself, man, like, you come into this situation, and this is a game that the Titans should be able to win because you're playing Titan ball. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're built on the foundation. Your formula is grit, grind, plug, and go, and it's not necessarily based around one person. Now, the quarterback is a very influential spot on the team. And Coach Mack always said, if you ain't got a quarterback, you got a glorified rugby team. In this situation right here, this is kind of like a rugby football game that's going to be going on. Like, this could be a rugby game, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But one team can't stop the run. So, plays in our favorite. Man, I think King Henry goes for 185, man.
185.
185. I got the mark set, man. Let's go get it.
Derrick Henry going to have a big day. He is. 3 straight 100-yard games over that course of time. 80 carries, 344 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That's on average 27 carries, 115 yards, and a touchdown. He's going to do better than that. I agree with you.
Ooh.
This Texans defense against Las Vegas, 27 carries, 164 yards. Josh Jacobs, 20 carries, 143 yards, and 3 touchdowns against the Texans. Jacksonville ran for 136. Etienne and Robinson, 20 carries, 98 yards in that one. Chargers, the outlier, 27 carries, 81 yards, but Eckler went for 60 and 2 touchdowns. Bears, 281 on the ground.
That's tough right there, man.
Khalil Herbert, who I love, that guy's got another gear.
Yeah.
I know Chicago's sometimes good, sometimes not, especially offensively, but Herbert's got a lot of speed. Against the Texans, Herbert went 20 carries, 157 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and not a lot of people have even heard of that guy.
Right.
Broncos, 149 on the ground. Javonte Williams, Melvin Gordon, 25 carries, 122 yards, and the Colts went for 177. Jonathan Taylor, 31 carries, 161 yards, and a touchdown. I say all that to say what you just said. Derrick Henry's going to have a big day.
Yeah. Yeah, it's needed, man. And I think also along with that, the offensive line needs it more than anything. Like, this is a confidence-building game. Not saying that it's going to be easy or anything, but this is a game you look back at and you say, man, we can do this. In this league, they're not taking it for granted. This is an NFL team, a team that has pros that get paid. And if you go out there and you rush for 185 yards, that's not even counting what's going to go on with Malik Willis and when Hilliard gets in the game. But you go out there and put your smack down and say, we're going to control this game. All the questions that's being asked. It's Trash Talk Friday. I expect Daly to step up to the mic. I expect Brewer to step up to the mic. Ravens, if getting an opportunity, this is the game where a team that can't stop the run, you want to press them. And I hope that's what happens.
Titans now a 3-point favorite, up from 2.5, despite the suggestion that Tannehill is questionable. For the Titans, the injury report looks like this. Torrey Carter and Rashad Weaver are both out. Jeffrey Simmons and Ryan Tannehill are listed as questionable. Full participants after being limited at some portion of the week today. Aaron Brewer, good news there. Dylan Cole, Morgan Cox, a long snapper. Nate Davis, limited participant today. Bud Dupree, full go yesterday and today. Ben Jones, full go yesterday, limited today. David Long with a groin, limited, full participant today. That's good. Zach Cunningham, the other one, it looks like he's back, full participant all week. And Joe Jones, key cog on special teams, full participant all week. Kevin Byard missed practice today, not injury-related. For the Houston Texans, Malik Collins, the defensive lineman, questionable. Nico Collins, wide receiver, listed as questionable. The thought I saw was that he won't play. We'll see what happens there. Brandon Cooks, they're trying to trade him. Did not practice Wednesday. And then full participant today, he is listed as questionable. Also questionable, Kenyon Green, the offensive lineman, Justin McCray, the offensive lineman, A.J. Cann, the offensive lineman, and Raheem Green, the defensive lineman. So Nico Collins, as we were talking about, leads the Texans with 305 receiving yards, averaging almost 17 yards per catch. He is their big play guy.
Yeah.
Everybody talks about Cooks, and Cooks leads them in receptions, but Cooks is a 10-yard per catch guy,
Right.
whereas Nico Collins is that down-the-field 17-yard guy.
Yeah. I mean, do your job. You know, we are back healthy in the secondary. Do your job, man. That should be the least of our worries. We should be able to pin our ears back, man, and if they decide to throw, oh, my goodness, Davis Mills, you ought to be in for a day, regardless of Big Jeff plays.
Running back, Dameon Pierce. We were talking with Greg Cosell about Dameon Pierce. He loves him.
Yeah.
I remember during the draft evaluation period, he talked about Dameon Pierce being underutilized at the University of Florida. He is a talent. He's averaging almost 5 yards per carry. Only has one 100-yard game, though, but he's been over 92 yards rushing the last 3 games. He's also been targeted at least 4 times in the pass game in each of the last 3 games. But I'm with you on the Titans' defense. They're getting close. And as they continue to get pieces back, now they're going to need Jeffrey Simmons at some point. You might be able to get through this game without him, but
now you need him going. That's my whole thing, Yor. You know you're going to definitely need him going down the stretch, man. This game, if you had to, I'm only saying if you had to sit him, this to me is the game that you would sit him, man. Because, like, your drop-off is not tremendous. Like, these guys behind him can play. Like, I don't know if everybody saw the clips put out. I forgot it was on social media, but they broke the plays down of what Big Jeff was doing to Quentin Nelson. Man, T.R. Tart was doing to him as well. And Quentin Nelson, man, banged up or not, man, you out there, you getting bent back. You got to give props to who it is. T.R. Tart, he has all of the measurables and everything to go out there and be a wrecker. And I think this is his opportunity. Thumbs up.
615-737-1045, the people walking by.
Yeah, we love the people.
Let's go to Jesse in the borough next up, 615-737-1045. Jesse, what's up?
All right, thanks for taking my call, guys. I just calling in. I basically just left the graveyard from my late father. I had to go out there and smoke a cigar with him. He's the one that made me a Tennessee Vols fan. He didn't get to stick around for this season with everything going so good. I lost him at the beginning of this year. But obviously, I'm thankful that he made me a Tennessee Vols fan and for all the things we're doing right now. I just wanted to say also to you guys, the Titans, we're looking good. JR hit some picks. He misses some picks. But obviously the solution is try to get Tillman and Hyatt to come in there and play with Derrick Henry. Trade up into the first round twice if you have to. I don't think we can get up to the top 5 to get Hendon Hooker because he's on his way to being a top 5 pick because he's a baller. And, just wanted to say, go Vols. Everything's looking good. It's looking like we're fixing to pave over them Wildcats. Good old Kentucky, as Mr. Slay says there. And, hopefully some of them Vols become Titans, and we can cheer them on with Derrick Henry and finally get that man some help. Thanks for taking my call, guys. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, brother.
Man, no doubt, man. Keep them cigars handy, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
The amount of disrespect thrown by you and so many people at the University of Kentucky this week.
Yes, indeed. Like I hope they didn't think. Just because I was giving them respect throughout the season and calling them Kentucky, that once we got to this week, that I was just gonna be hush hush. No, sir. You are Kentucky for a reason, and y'all ain't no looking ahead to Georgia. Y'all circled on the calendar. Like we don't overlook this game. Like we beating their head in.
That is interesting because nobody's really brought that up this week, and I think a lot of national people talk about things like that, but. Yep. That's like what Todd came on the show and he's like, how many rivals does Tennessee have? Because they were thinking that. Like, okay, UT Martin last week. Mm-hmm. Now they got Georgia next week.
Yep.
Kentucky, double-digit favorite in the Kentucky game. Mm-hmm. It's not that way, though.
No, it's not, man.
They want them.
No, you want this. It is bragging rights. It's too close. Too many players from Tennessee up there. Too many players that from Kentucky that go to Tennessee. And then it spills over into basketball. Like it means something different, man, and we want the bragging rights to it.
Is this one of those deals where when you were in school, like when you would see like one of the football players, like, hey man, this Kentucky thing, we want this.
Yeah, and they will return the favor. Like, hey man, we're gonna take care of him. Y'all make sure y'all take care of him on the basketball court too.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like the trash talk is serious, man. It's serious for after games. After your playing career in college, if you're fortunate to go to the NFL or NBA or wherever you're playing professionally. Dude, the conversations are never ending. Never ending.
So has your phone been blowing up?
Yeah.
With Kentucky basketball players, former Kentucky basketball players just trying to light you up a little bit?
Yeah, I got one that's been quiet. I've been waiting on them to hit me. But, yeah, man, I ain't going to call him out. But, yeah, Keith Bogan's been hitting me up, man. Me and Twan went back and forth on Walker a little bit on Instagram about this. So, I think because of what Stoops has done there, they really do feel like they have a shot, and it is a real rivalry. So
they do have a shot.
And
they have a shot.
Yeah,
they do.
Yeah. But anyway, I think they really do think they can get a competitive game, and I just feel like this game is going to be different.
Here's where I am with this one. Mm-hmm. I'm going to simplify this for you.
Talk to me then.
It was like the LSU game. So I got to Friday on the LSU game, and I figured out, look, LSU's not scoring 30 on Tennessee.
Right.
So Tennessee's going to win. And so, after all the breakdowns and all that stuff, that's what I came up with. So what I come up with on this one is they're not playing in Lexington like they were last year. They're playing in Knoxville.
That's my thing.
It's going to be at night. It's going to be dark mode.
That's my thing.
And aside from that, Kentucky's not as good as they were last year, and Tennessee is infinitely better than they were last year.
Yo, you ain't doing number preaching.
So that's how I come up with the minus 11.5 or whatever you want to put. I'm in at minus 13 and minus 12.
Whatever it go to next, I'm going to be into that. Minus a dub, I want it. Like, let's get it, man. I ain't playing around with these boys.
They're drinking double fireball shots back here. They're just throwing 20 points on the Kentucky.
And I'm snatching it out there.
I love it. All right, more talk with you. It is Trash Talk Friday. If you want in.
Yeah, shoot your shot, too.
615-737-1045. Yeah, shoot your shot. Tell us what's going to happen this weekend. We got Titans, Texans. We got Tennessee, Kentucky. We got all kinds of things. 615-737-1045 live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Smoky Mountain Tops. If you're thinking about a countertop project in your home, these are your guys without a question of a doubt. I have utilized these guys multiple times in multiple houses, and if you're looking to kind of transform the way your home looks, and maybe you're going to make your home into a new home basically without moving and without dealing with those interest rates, you can call Smoky Mountain Tops. The heart of the home, that's in the kitchen, and a beautiful kitchen means countertops by Smoky Mountain Tops. Family owned and operated, Smoky Mountain Tops offering the finest surfaces available, including handcrafted and gorgeous Vidara quartz. Vidara quartz is durable and perfect for busy lifestyles. Quality, service, dedication. SmokyMountainTops.com is the website. You check out everything they have to do there. They're great throughout the entire process, from the design and the discussion through the measurement phase, through the installation. The communication's always great. SmokyMountainTops.com, again, the website. When it came time for us to update our home's countertops, each and every time we call Smoky Mountain Tops. Mike McGrady and the guys do great work. Again, that's SmokyMountainTops.com.
Excuse me, sir. You know, the bones of the stadium are still intact. You have the VOLS up on the board. There's new amenities everywhere. In kneeling. Hey, man, we don't care nothing about that. It's still kneeling, and it ain't got no room. Yes, the hype train. It runs right through Knoxville. Coach Josh Heupel and these 2022 Vols? Ooh-wee! We talking Hendon Hooker. Oh, the deep threat. Cedric Tillman. That defense led by Trayvon Flowers. Tapping right into that orange power, T-Power. Ooh, and coming off the edge, Byron Young. Heads up, Ball Nation. Because right now, it's football time in Tennessee. Tennessee.
I'm on rocky top of my game.
Tennessee an 11.5-point favorite tomorrow against Kentucky. Kickoff set for 6 o'clock Central Time. Catch it right here on 104.5 The Zone. You can catch Ron Slay up in Knoxville.
Yes, sir. Live and direct, baby. I can't wait.
He'll be
Night
the guy.
game.
He'll be the guy with no roof
at all. I may just cut my hair. Just don't have no little hair at the top. That's George Jefferson.
Sprint that marathon.
Yeah. Let's go, baby.
That's going to be a long day. It reminds me of the Ole Miss game last year.
Guess what, though? That's why I'm not going up today. Because that means I get out there like 8 or 9 in the morning and be going all nothing. Nah.
You just lose your mind.
Yeah, I'm going to get there by noon. And be ready to roll, baby. Ready to roll.
Ravens with the 27-22 win over the Buccaneers last night. Of course, Tom Brady announcing today officially his divorce from Giselle. That they asked for privacy, and they're going through it. And, man, he doesn't look good. He said this last night, quote, "I don't think you can erase what happened the last 8 weeks," end quote. So when I read that, I thought, okay, either he's retiring or he's getting divorced. And so the divorce news came down today. Jeff Darlington said that TB12 was the last padded player in full uniform sitting in the locker room last night. Brady, 2 games under 500, as we said, for the first time since 1998 at Michigan. He's had a 24-year NFL career. He's never been 2 games under 500. Think about that.
Dude, that's amazing.
That league is designed for you to go 8-8.
Yeah.
Well, now I guess 8-9 or 9-8, but
still,
that's the design of what they do.
Fantastic, man. I mean, just straight up amazing. I don't know how you pull it off. It's crazy.
So, what do you think he ends up playing better now that everything is solidified?
So with me, man, I this is how I feel about it, man. Like it was a lot wearing on him. Now this could go one or two ways. Me personally, I believe that he's going to try to engulf himself in his work, man, and get in there and knock out film and just live in the film room. But the thing is, man, when you're with a team, like everybody else has to be willing to do that as well. So when you're ready to pour yourself into it, you have a team built for that. You got a lot of injuries that are taking place.
It's got to be a weird dynamic, too, because guys don't want to step on other guys' personal lives. So you probably are in a situation where you're kind of by yourself.
Yeah.
Because guys aren't going to be like, hey, man, I'm here for you and all that stuff. And a lot of times in a lot of interpersonal relationship that goes on, but like in a locker room, I think it would be weird.
And you know how the age difference I talk about, that's big, but this would be a perfect time for him to have a guy like Gronk. I was thinking, like, who's in his circle that will probably understand it? Like, Gronk would be one of those guys that's over there late night and engulfing himself into the film, into everything, into the football. Man, he ain't got that, man, so that's going to be tough, man.
And like you said earlier, I think the hardest part of it, I don't know, neither one of us have gone through that, but would be the kids, right? Like waking up in the morning and your kids aren't there.
Yeah. Yep. That's tough because you get such – like we talk about, man, football is a routine. Sports is a routine period, off season and during the season. And who's to say, man, like he wasn't getting up fixing the breakfast for the kids, you know what I mean? Like you gonna miss that, man, walking in the kitchen. Like that's tough, man. That's gonna be something tough going through. So man, prayers to him, like the caller said, man, but it is what it is. One thing about it, man, outside of that and outside of your personal life, in the world of football, the teams you got to play on Sunday do not care.
They don't care
at all. So, got to find a way.
Brady last night, 26 of 44, 325 yards and a touchdown. This is a stat discrepancy. Run game, Tampa 15 carries, 44 yards. Baltimore had 231 yards rushing. So, money line winner for me and Slay Dog last
Chicken
night.
dinner, baby.
Grizzlies won again, 125-110 at Sacramento. 45 bench points for the Grizzlies. And they've got guys out, man.
Dude.
They've got dudes out. Steven Adams with a double-double. Desmond Bain, 31 points. Ja Morant, 22, 6, and 5. Kennedy Chandler got in.
Hey,
last
KC,
night.
baby.
He was club trillion.
All right.
1 minute, no other stats.
Hey, that's what it is. Yeah. Got in there.
There was a guy that I forget who it was, but played at Ohio State. He called himself Club Trillion because he would get in for 1 minute and then have zeros, and it was a trillion on the box
pretty cool.
score.
That's pretty cool to embrace that right there.
He will have a role as he moves forward,
yeah.
and it's good that he's getting time this early.
I wish he would have came back one more year.
I know. Grizzlies 4-1. Let's go to the phones. You want to on Trash Talk Friday?
Let's do it. Shoot your shot.
615-737-1045. That's right. Shoot your shot. Trash Talk, whatever you want to do. Tony the Stud next up on 3HL. Tony, what's up?
What's up, man? I just got to tell you two things real quick. One to the national media and two to the Kentucky Wildcat fans. First off, to the national media, how in the hell were we a 12.5-point favorite anyways? Cedric Tillman is back, and then you get us down to 11.5. Y'all better wake up because the balls are coming. Now then, let me say something to these Kentucky Wildcat fans, man. Y'all better get ready for basketball because this stuff going down tomorrow, you ain't going to want no part of it. Everything happening tomorrow night at Neiman Stadium going to be something that you don't want to see for the rest of y'all lives. I don't give a damn about Alabama, and I sure don't give a damn about the state of Kentucky. I don't care. Ball by 50. Let's go.
You got nothing for that? I mean,
Oh, no. Not at all.
He didn't give a damn like you do.
No, his a lot different than mine. He don't give a damn about a lot of stuff.
615-737-1045 at 3HL1045 on Twitter. Jay Pearson on Twitter at 3HL1045 says, car ain't got no roof. Hit it. There it is.
I like it. That right down with, baby.
Got Arkansas at Auburn, Florida, Georgia, Missouri at South Carolina, Ole Miss at Texas A&M. Got a fun day lined up tomorrow. Ryan is in Lexington, and he's headed to the game tomorrow. Ryan, what's up?
Yo, what's up, guys? How are you?
We're great. Thank you.
Yeah, so I'm heading down to the game tomorrow, bringing all my Lexington buddies down for the game. They're excited, honestly, just to go to Neyland. They're excited for the environment, but they're not excited to lose. They are terrified of the Tennessee fans. So, yeah, guys, it's going to be a good time, and I think ball's by 50.
I like that, man.
615-737-1045. Vols by 50. Is that how he dropped the mic?
That is. Did he say that? He said they're terrified of the Vols?
Of the Vol fans.
Vol fans.
Terrified of losing because of Vol fans.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, man, listen, y'all come down there, man. We got Southern hospitality, man. Ain't nothing going to happen, man. Everything's going to be love. You know what I mean? You know, yeah, if it were to go the opposite way that we didn't want, like, we're going to be upset, but ain't nothing going to happen. Y'all come on down, enjoy a good game. Matter of fact, enjoy probably the best atmosphere in college football as of this date right now.
Gonna be a fun one, man. I wish I was there. Mo Exotic, 615-737-1045. What up, Mo? Yo, Mo.
Hey, Mo.
No Mo. Ain't got no Mo.
Mo done left. That's all right, Mo. Don't worry. Listen, whatever it was, man, go Vols.
615-737-1045. Florida, Georgia, now taking on some emotional feel to it as well with Vince Dooley passing away today. Georgia favored by 22.5. That is the biggest favorite Georgia has ever been against Florida. I really don't see a way for Florida to keep this one close even.
Nope.
Honestly.
I don't either, man. Georgia just too high-powered defensively and offensively. Like, that defense will be locked in. Running the ball, if that's your thing, I think it's going to be difficult, man, in this situation. So we'll see, though. You know what I mean? It is a rivalry. You got to go play the game. But I think Georgia handles their business on it.
I do, too. I'm not betting it for that reason, though.
Right.
Because I think the line is right, but it's a rivalry game, so I'm going to stay away from it. Missouri at South Carolina. South Carolina ranked number 25 in the country after that win against Texas A&M last week. I believe in the Missouri D. I do not believe in the South Carolina offense, particularly the passing offense. Spencer Rattler, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. You go the other way on that one.
I do, man. And mainly because of where they're playing. Like, I'm not saying that South Carolina is a juggernaut or anything. This is back-to-back weeks, me picking them. It just so happened to be where they're playing more so than anything else. And I don't trust their running game. I mean, their passing game. But I do think that atmosphere brings something different to it, and things get a little strange at night up there. So, South Carolina.
A little strange.
Yeah, South Carolina. And Missouri's just not that good, man.
Dude, did you watch them play Georgia?
Did you watch them play Vandy? You know what I mean? Man, I'm just like, man, come on, y'all. So I think South Carolina pull that one out.
All right, Ole Miss at Texas A&M. Rebs led at Ole Miss 7. The Rebs led at LSU 17-3, lost 45-20. A&M leads the series all-time 9-2. A&M has won 3 of 4, but Ole Miss won 29-19 last year in Oxford. Ole Miss has won 2 of the last 3 in College Station.
Yeah. So y'all talked me out of this one. I was on the lane train for this one right here, man. But what y'all said, UNAB makes a whole lot of sense. Like, they leaking oil, man. That second half was not a good performance, man, by no stretch of the imagination down there against LSU. I did not expect that. We were texting during the game. I was like, man, I don't believe in Jackson Dart, but yeah, he is throwing the ball. He was throwing the ball differently against LSU. Then it just flatlined. So I'm gonna go with A&M on this one, man. The home game. I think the home, and they like.
It's hard to believe in this A&M team.
It is, ain't it, man?
They're kind of
I like A-Chain.
They're kind of
them.
me too. They're kind of schizophrenic though.
Mm-hmm. They are.
Real quick, really cool note. ESPN College Game Day will shine a light on HBCU matchup. Southern University at Jackson State. Coach Prime has led Jackson State to its best start since 1983. They are 7-0. The rivalry goes back to 1929. Both teams are on top of their division, so this is a huge game. And this is only the 4th HBCU matchup to be featured by Game Day. Southern has won 8 straight in the series until Jackson State won last year, 21-17 in Baton Rouge. Jackson State has not won this game in Jackson, Mississippi since 2010. They've lost 6 in a row in the series in Jackson. Coach Prime has got it rolling. Last 2 years, well, year 1 was the pandemic year, and they went 4-3, 3-2.
Yeah.
Then 2021, 11-2 overall, 9-0 in conference play, and this year 7-0 overall, 5-0 in conference play. So 18-2 in the last 20, 14-0 in conference play. And that is why you are hearing Coach Prime's name for some of these jobs at the Power 5 level.
Well coached and got some dogs down there, man. Like, and his son playing quarterback, man. Talking about a kid that can throw, that can just play the game, period, man. I don't know how to say his name correctly. His first name, I want to say Shador Sanders, but I could be wrong. But, man, he is a problem back there. Gosh, man, he look good. So, you know, Coach Prime, you know what he's going to do this game.
Do you need to call your shot when we come back?
I would love to call my shot when I come back.
All right, I'll do it too, and you can as well. 615-737-1045. Brent Doherty, Rod Slade, broadcasting live from Scoreboard Bar and Grill, Music Valley Drive. This is where we are on Fridays. We'd love to see you out here. There's tons to do at Scoreboard. You can listen to music. You can play cornhole. You can come hang with us. A lot going on all weekend. They've got the Low Country Boil tomorrow as well. So perfect place for you to take in a bunch of games. This is 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
Hey, what's happening, man? Ron Slay here, man. Let's talk about getting some money. How you going to do it? We're walking into the weekend. This is the easiest way to do it, man. Go to Superbook Sports app, download it on your phone, or visit superbook.com. And guess what? You start placing your bets right then and there. Wager on all that and more right now at Superbook Sports. Along with football, you got Major League Baseball, the World Series right here, baby. The big game. It is what it is. You want to get into it? Here it is. This is the app to go and do it. Now, Sunday, NFL is popping. Parsley is already picked and it's locked and loaded. Got the same thing going for college football on Saturday. You can put Vegas in the palm of your hands as well. Now, with Superbook, they also match 100% of your first bet up to $1,000. If you sign up, deposit, and wager all in the same day, man. Can you beat that? No. No matter if the bet wins or loses, you get it matched. Make it happen, man. Get in action right now with Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com for terms and conditions. Gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789. Book it.
Wish that I was on a rocket top.
Joey Kent, touchdown on play number 1.
Down in the Tennessee hills.
He grabbed it. Where did he grab it? In the end zone. Give him 6.
Ain't no smoky smoke on rocket top.
Give him 6. 79 yards. Touchdown, Ricky Cobb.
Telephone bills.
Wherever you listen throughout the world, it's football time in Tennessee.
It'll be a fun environment up there in Knoxville tomorrow. Slay Dog will be there.
Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed.
Dark mode.
Y'all, let me tell you something, man.
You've had your phone on dark mode all week.
That's right. I'm activating. I'm activating. I got my uniform on, baby. It's running through my veins. You hear me?
Brett Doherty, Ron Slay with you.
Man, if they play that, I'm telling you right now, if they play that before them young men run out of that tee, I'm a lose. I really ain't got no words for you. I just know, man, they in trouble, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, man. They beat them by 25 or more. If they play that right there,
this is such
that's
a
how
weird,
impactful it's gonna be.
This is such a weird game because I really think that if they let this game go through Levis and let even though the running back's an NFL running back, Chris Rodriguez, and let him be the complimentary piece, I think Kentucky can hang.
Yeah.
If they try to run their head into a wall,
right,
I think Tennessee's just going to pile up points.
Yeah. And
then they're not going to be able to do it. They're going to be confronted with fourth down situations that they either make or don't make. Either way, Tennessee's offense coming back out on the field. I'm anxious to see how Kentucky chooses to play this one offensively.
I'm anxious to see if they can score. I'm going into this knowing they cannot score with Tennessee. I'm doing my research, and I'm going to have some things come Monday. No,
I think you're exactly right, and that's another way to look at this. Can Kentucky score 30?
Like you in order to make this a close game, you're going to have to. This ain't going to be no long drive. You can have all the long drives you want, man. These people are going to score, and they're going to get – one thing about Tennessee, they've been able to get stops. They've been able to get stops. Like teams come out there and they say, man, we're going to go for it on fourth down. We're not going to punt. We got them on the ropes. They get a stop, turn around, score. Before you know it, you down 14, man, 17. Then you got to counsel everything. It's like Tyson told him, man. You bring a cat out there to a dog fight, you get hit in the mouth. What you going to do? Tell the cat to man up? How? How? It can't happen.
That is not what Mike Tyson said.
Oh, okay, my bad.
I think that's verbatim, actually. I do.
It's just the same person that said he was spinal when his back.
Everybody's got to play until they get hit in the mouth. I don't know where cats and dogs get hit.
It felt like it was right.
By the way, for the Kentucky offense, in terms of scoring, they have scored more than 31 points one time this season, and that was against Miami of Ohio. They scored 37. Against Florida, they scored 26. Youngstown State, they scored 31. Northern Illinois, they scored 31. Ole Miss, they scored 19. South Carolina, they scored 14.
Laurel.
Mississippi State, they scored 27. Tennessee's winning this game by double digits.
Laurel. This team, we went into the Alabama game talking about they average 49. Can they get up there and average their point per game total throughout the season? Coming out of that game, they average 50 now. They average 50, man. Like I told Babsy, man, 4 weeks ago, we was telling them sometimes your best defense is your offense.
Slay's going to call his shot here in a second. Yep. Mo Exotic is back. Wants to talk about the ball.
Hey, there go Mo.
Mo, you back?
Yes, sir. Y'all can hear me now?
Yeah, loud and clear, baby.
What up, Slay, man? How y'all doing, man?
Hey, we're doing well.
Look, y'all remember I called about the Alabama game with the Bryce Young, Cal Tung, all that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So here's all I'm going to say. This offense is about to have that Kentucky defense more confused than a male ladybug out there, all right? And I'm going to say this real quick and hang up. All I'm going to say about that is here, kitty, kitty. Balls are in the city. Minus 11.5. Give me the Vols by 50.
Yeah!
Kentucky fans are mad, but we just telling the truth. Dark mode at night. Neyland ain't got no roof. Let's go, Slay.
Mo
exotic.
That's what I'm talking about, Mo. Just gave me chills.
The call of the week.
Come on, Mo.
As the last call of the week.
Hey, that's how you. I don't even really want to shoot no shot or do nothing. I don't want to call no. Man, I don't want to give a parsley or nothing, but I will. Check this out.
What's up,
We're
man?
going NFL parlay. Take the Commanders and Colts. Commanders money line. Titans the total under. We're going under on the total. Then we're taking the Titans and Houston money line. Titans and Packers and Bills. We're taking the Bills in the spread. Go on, cash in, y'all.
All right,
cash in. Let's go get it. I got a college one in too, but y'all don't really want none of that. It's too long. There's a lot going on. But I think all of them are guaranteed
17-team
wins.
parlay.
You better know it on Big
Slay Dogs
Bankroll, baby.
17-team parlay.
Big bankroll. $10 sets you right for the month.
Brad Doherty, Ron Slay with you at scoreboard.
And you gotta give some love up, man. Our sponsor for it, Bread Dog Wine and Spirits. You know what I mean? You know, shoot your shot. You want to get in there and shoot your shot? We need to get on over there, 1031 Riverside Drive.
And you can always shoot your shot on Twitter at 3HL1045. We got a big weekend. We got some high school football that we're going to take in tonight. And then Slay Dog's going to Knoxville. I'm going to Coleman, Alabama for a 12U fall baseball tournament.
Good luck, Earl.
Why you treat me like that?
Look, bro. I'm gonna text you and make sure everything good. I hope your phone works.
Because Slay knows about Coleman.
Man,
It's like Oxford.
Man, that ain't nothing.
Hunk, you gonna come to the game, man?
I'll be there. What time, when, and where, man? I'm there.
Hey, it's a one-day tournament, so we'll be there all day, bro. 11:30 and 1:15 are the pool play games, and then the tournament starts. And yeah, this group usually plays on the last game, so we'll be rolling back into town watching the Tennessee-Kentucky game on the phone. I
Mo
think.
set it off.
Oh, we need to do giveaways.
Oh, here we go.
Thank you, Kirby.
Man, did I curse him? Mo just set it off right there, man. That was cold-blooded.
All right, this is for – hang on. This is for Spazoween, right?
Spazoween.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay. He's going to take a name out of the Spazoween box.
Mm-hmm.
So what this gets you is reserve table for 4 here at Scoreboard plus $100 gift card to Scoreboard for this Sunday Fun Day event from 4 until 7 o'clock. Slay Dog's going to draw the name. This is Spazoween winner.
All right, going to Marty Barone.
Marty Barone. All right.
There you go.
So now we're going to do the Low Country Boil. You got that? Low Country Boil.
It is.
Mitch. John Swope.
Hey, John.
John Swope gets the Low Country Boil ticket.
Hey.
Oh, this is Low Country Boil. It's $70 worth of passes, though. See this guy right here?
Yep.
Here you go, bro.
And here we go with this Tennessee and Kentucky right here. Tennessee, Kentucky, Excuse me.
This is Tennessee, Kentucky. That is the Low Country Boil.
That's Tennessee, Kentucky.
This is Tennessee, Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Would you like to give away the Tennessee, Kentucky tickets?
I love to give away Tennessee, Kentucky tickets.
Balls, Wildcats.
Becky Morrissey. The Kentucky fan win. Darren, there you go, Darren.
Becky Morrissey. Becky listens to the show all the time.
Yes.
I recognize Becky's name. Becky is wearing a Kentucky sweatshirt.
It's a Kentucky sweatshirt.
And her husband is wearing Tennessee gear.
That's my brother right there, Darren.
That's a house divided going to the football game. That's why there was the reaction in the room.
Darren, when she puts you out for 2 days after the way we do them up there, come stay with me for 2 days in the man cave, baby. We'll be all right. You'll be in the boom boom room. We'll see you on Tuesday, Becky.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Because we're going to spank them kitty cats. You got to be getting all them kitty cats together, try to get them back up there the highway because we spanking